Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Moon. I see you.
Good day. You want an unpopular opinion?
What's that?
Mr. Beast Burger sucks.
Never had it.
It sucks. It sucks so bad. You remember Loser?
Yeah.
He had it. I tried it and it was bad. It tasted like. You know how we both worked at McDonald's. You know how sometimes when McDonald's would sit in the little heater thing before getting bagged, and if it sits too long, it gets really bad. Or if you sit it in a bag for too long and you get home and it's just the meat itself is stale at that point. That's what Mr. Beast Burger tastes like, even fresh. It's bad. I don't know. Maybe it's location because they're ghost stores. They don't have. I think they have one physical location, and that is it.
I honestly have no idea.
And it's so bad. I don't know if anybody else has had better experience than I have with Mr. Beast Burger. Let me know where you got it, because ours here in Wichita is at the what's that Mexican place called on 21st and Mays?
On
the border.
I mean, that's one of them.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. It's on the border.
Okay, because there's like 4 over there.
Yeah, that's where the Mr. Beast Burger is on the border.
Interesting.
Unpopular opinion, Mr. Beast Burger sucks.
I don't know. I've never had it. I didn't even know you could get it here.
Yeah. You have to order it from their website or their app or whatever and go pick it up on the border.
Go pick it up on the border, man.
But it sucks. It sucks so bad. Oh, I feel bad.
Why do you feel bad?
I like Mr. Beast as
okay, that
a
doesn't
content
mean you have
creator.
to like his food.
But God, fucking food sucks, man. It makes me worrisome for his chocolate. Because I heard
it's like I respect certain people, but I don't like their music.
That's fair. Ronnie Radke. Okay, I take that. I like his music. I absolutely hate him as a person.
I don't know. Going through all that shit, you find out about how Social Repost was just being a dickhead.
That and just Ronnie Radke's an asshole. I've seen...
I mean, he makes no qualms about that. I'm an asshole. Yeah. You're an asshole.
Yeah,
why
but
isn't he allowed to be an asshole?
Not to your fans, especially to pay so much money to go backstage for you. And
No. Hold the fuck up.
No, I've heard...
Hold the fuck up.
I have
because
read...
the reason he was pissed off was about fucking cold and stale pizza, all right? No,
I'm not talking about him anymore.
No,
I'm talking about other fans that have actually paid to go to VIP passes and stuff like that and weren't even acknowledged by him or the band.
They have no control over that shit.
The band does.
No.
Yes.
No, they really don't. When you look into it, you find out the band actually doesn't control that shit. That's producers, that's event managers, all that shit. They control those VIP ticket sales. They control what happens when people get them.
Moon agrees with me. He's a dick.
I can't even read that from here.
Ronnie Radke made fun of her weight.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of a dick move, but I mean, he's still allowed to have his own opinion. You don't have to like it. I don't like it most of the time.
That's fair.
That doesn't make him a bad person.
Yeah. Personal opinion, I think he's shit. He's a shit person, in my opinion. That's just me. Hot take.
I mean, because part of what he talks about is that, you got to allow other people to have their opinions. You don't have to agree with them. There's never that requirement. Because, let's face it, everybody has opinions about him, and he doesn't stop them.
Fair. I like his music. I just don't like Ronnie Radke.
My phone's probably going to... I'm going to bring Twitch on my phone. That way I can read the chat better without leaning all the way over.
You want to grab my laptop?
Well, this is closer.
I can unplug my laptop.
If you want to do that, for now, I need to look at this. Oh, I've got a whisper on Twitch. Why do I have a whisper?
People love you.
They love me. They really love me. I can't sound like Jim Carrey. Oh, it's Atomic.
Atomic whispered you?
Yeah.
What? What did he say? Now I'm curious.
So when we rated him, like
Yeah.
I was having too many issues with my computer, so I couldn't stay in. I had to close everything out. And apparently, I guess my name got drawn for one of the giveaways.
Oh shit!
So I got a Steam code for Day of the Tentacle remastered on Steam.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. And he goes, cheers and thanks for the raid. So I told him thanks a lot. Had some internet issues, so I couldn't stick around, but it looked like a lot of fun, and congrats on 22 months, because he's 22 months sober.
Yeah.
So today, he messaged me back going, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you for coming, though.
Awesome. I
talked to a famous person.
I love reading out and then just meeting people like that. It's fucking great.
Yeah. Okay, I'm catching up on chat now.
Oh. So, Disney.
I mean, I hope you at least had fun, though, Moon.
I've never been to a Warped Tour.
I've always wanted to, but now I'm in my 30s.
Yeah. That's how I'm feeling. I mean, there's been a couple times they've been here in town, and I'm like, I'd really like to go to that. There's some decent bands that I'd like to go see. And Warped Tour is not expensive at all, in all honesty. It's really not. So I've always...
It depends on what you want to do there and what it takes to get there.
Yeah, but there's been a couple times when Warped Tour has been here, and I'm like, I'm going. It's not expensive. I could spend like $60 for myself and go.
Hold on. Because here's the thing. If you go to Warped Tour and you don't get shit-faced drunk every day you're there, did you even go to Warped Tour?
No.
So you got a budget for that shit.
But no, I've always wanted to go, and I just, every time I want to go or I have the funds to go, it's been, oh, by the way, it falls on a weekend that you can't go on. It's like, fuck. Okay. It's like I was going to go to Blue Falls.
I'm moving your headset.
That's okay. I was just throw it on the floor. I was going to go to Blue Falls. And I wanted to go to Blue Falls so bad because Slaughter to Prevail, Asking Alexandria, All That Remains.
Okay, well, that's fair, Moon. That's fair.
I don't know who T Mills is.
The name definitely looks familiar, though. I just can't place it.
But no, I wanted to go to Blue Falls so bad. And
Wait, hold on, real quick, because we didn't acknowledge Duncan.
I acknowledged Duncan. I said, hello, Duncan.
No. The Cell Games? Did I miss something?
Oh, he's been watching DB Kai.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, now I'm up to speed. Continue.
Raunchy ass. Why? That explains why I've never heard of him. But I wanted to go, and I had the funds to take the wife, and it ended up falling on a weekend. We just couldn't go, and I'm so upset about that. I just wanted to go see Slaughter to Prevail and leave.
I've still only ever been to one big name concert.
I've tried to get you to a couple. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I didn't have the free time.
You had the free time.
Even when you had the tickets, I didn't have the time to go.
You had excuses.
I got kids, man.
No, I just wanted to go see Slaughter to Prevail, and then I was going to leave. That's it. It's like the only deathcore band I actually like. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to go see them. And
The
then
cool
I'm
thing
not
about
gonna
the
see
show
them.
that I went to is that the only band I didn't give a shit about was the opener. And we walked in while they were like halfway through their set.
Was that the Avenged Sevenfold concert?
No, I didn't go to it.
I thought you went to that one back in 2011. Or was it 12? No, it was 12.
No, I went to the Bullet for My Valentine concert. It was Bullet for My Valentine was headlining with Escape the Fate, and then they had Black Tide and Drive A. And Drive A were the openers.
Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't want to see them either.
It was at the Cotillion. That was seriously though. That was kind of a big show to have with a fucking cotillion. Whoever booked that is sort of an idiot.
Yeah.
But I had fun. That was a really great
All
show.
the bands that I've seen, I'm thinking now. Five Finger Death Punch, Volbeat, Asking Alexandria, Escape the Fate, Bullet for My Valentine.
Which Escape the Fate is better live than I thought they would be.
Yes. So much better than I ever thought they would be. Especially even listening to them now on album, I'm thinking to myself, still even like, this isn't going to sound good live. And then I was like, oh yeah, I remember it was good live.
Yep.
Because it's been so long. I think that was, and I just got out of high school when I went to go see them.
Mm-hmm.
So again, Bullet, Five Finger Death Punch, Escape the Fate, Asking Alexandria, Volbeat, Incubus, Tesla, REO Speedwagon, The Eagles. There was another band. Oh yeah.
Wait, hold on. Are you seeing Young Gravy in December, or are they called Young Gravy December? I have to ask, because you'd be surprised what people call themselves nowadays.
Young Gravy in December.
What'd you get him for his birthday?
His birthday. Yay, birthday.
It's all hyped up in the chat now. I gotta know.
Yeah. Oh, I'll wait. And then I saw, Lamb of God, Whitechapel, CQC,
Yeah, shut up already.
Clutch.
We get it.
Seen Slipknot.
Go fuck yourself.
I've seen,
Go. Pick a corner and go fuck yourself.
Stone Sour. Bananas. Like, I'm really happy
Jesus.
for him, Moon, but I'm not a fan of Young Gravy tickets. The Seahawks and the 49ers suck. So do the Rams. But I'm happy for you. I'm glad you found somebody. I really am. Go Chiefs. I don't even watch football. I'm only a Chiefs fan because of my mom.
I don't watch football. I don't watch sport ball.
That's legit the only reason why I'm a fan of the Chiefs is because of my mom.
The closest I got to being into sports was watching WWE. And I can't even watch that
I
anymore.
still debate whether or not that's sports.
Sports entertainment. So it's technically yes and no.
I mean, this
at the same time.
This isn't a spoiler anymore. The shit's not real. So is it really sports? That's like, I get that it's sports entertainment. I get where the whole
it's like
the whole factor of
it's
it
like
being
if fantasy football played out on the screen.
That still
That's
wouldn't
sports
be
entertainment.
What? What?
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Look what you did.
That's being almost 30. It's like it's fake. I've seen all the interviews now at this point. There's something, I think it's on Netflix or something like that, where they have interviews from Triple H and everybody else. There was a whole YouTube series where they went back in time and tried to find old relics of the old days.
I would say that, Moon, but my voice kind of echoes in this room, and there are kids out in the living room, so I can't say that. I'll just acknowledge it.
He's not either. It's the Easter Bunny.
I'll just acknowledge that it's true.
I'm sorry, but if you hear them in the background, the bees are fucking attacking Alfred, so I had to bring them in.
Okay.
So you might hear the kids in the background. I apologize now,
That's fine.
but I'm not gonna make them
Yeah.
stay outside.
These have been really bad this year.
They're
Yeah.
all
I
over
mean,
the
it's
porch.
downside of living in Kansas.
Well, I put my drink on the within seconds of sitting it
Jesus.
down. And Alfred and Ray Ray came up complaining she was hot. So I asked her if she wanted a drink, and then Alfred comes running up, and he had like 5 bees chasing him. And I was like, nope, never mind, we're running.
Poor kid.
So I brought them in, so you may hear them in the background. I apologize, but I'm not keeping them outside of bees.
Slender Man's real though.
Slenderman slaps your ass before bed. All he does is chase me through the woods.
Hey,
That's not fucking fair.
Hey, hey. This is my swamp.
Not Shrek. Slender Man.
Like my favorite thing that has ever come out of Left 4 Dead mod videos
Oh my god.
is Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life. If you guys want a good laugh, it's a bit ridiculous, but look up
Yeah,
on
if
YouTube.
memory
Shrek is
serves-
Love, Shrek is Life.
If memory serves, the original video, when it was recorded all those years ago, was called It's All Ogre Now.
Yeah. And he whispered in my ear, "It's all ogre now." But no, just look up Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life. It'll pull up all 4 episodes. They were done in Gary's mod using Left 4 Dead assets from Gary's mod. I think it's the funniest shit ever.
You know what I would kill for right about now? A proper Left 4 Dead 3.
Do what?
A proper Left 4 Dead 3, because
Yeah,
Back 4
well-
Blood is not. I don't care how many people are on that project who worked on fucking Left 4 Dead. That
I
game
didn't
is
even
not fucking Left 4 Dead.
finish the game.
I put like 5 minutes into that game and couldn't stomach it anymore. Because the first 5 minutes, you'll get gameplay that's so fucking similar to Left 4 Dead, and then it just throws you off a cliff
Reactivate
with
my
your
trauma.
expectations.
So Moon has seen Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life. Gotcha.
I hate you now for 10 minutes. I think we got put in timeout.
No, fuck it. Okay, so Bleach is coming out on the 10th.
Yes,
I'm
that's
so
next Monday.
Fucking excited for this shit. So fucking excited. Except for the fact that I don't have Hulu. And I have unless it goes on one of my sites. I mean, I don't know how else I'm going to watch it.
So the problem is actually much worse than that right now. Originally, what we saw was that Disney had, I can't remember how this was confirmed, but it was confirmed. Disney had streaming covered in Japan
Okay.
for Bleach. Now, that was just for the 1,000-Year Blood War. That wasn't for anything else. The first 16 seasons were going to be untouched,
Right.
so far as we knew. And then I found out yesterday, Crunchyroll no longer has a single episode of Bleach. All 16 seasons gone.
That's because Hulu bought
No,
streaming rights, I
Hulu,
thought.
Hulu didn't. No, so far as we were able to find out, nobody has acquired the streaming rights for seasons 1 through 16 of Bleach.
Because they're still on Hulu.
No, they're not.
They're
the
not.
entire series of Bleach was never on Hulu.
I watched the entire season of Bleach on Hulu.
No,
though.
you didn't. You did not get to season 16. They only had about 5. And Netflix has about 3. Which
Well,
means
they only have the
currently-
first 3.
Which means currently, there is no legal way to stream Bleach anywhere. Nowhere on the planet. You can't do it. Because anybody who uploads that shit to YouTube, they're breaking terms of service. That's not
Yeah.
legal. Anyone who pirates it, that's technically not legal.
Right. Well, if you pirate it, it's just not legal. No technicalities about it.
There's some gray area when it comes to piracy, which is why it's so hard for people to fucking lock you down on it.
Fair.
But I'm not going to get into that today. So the bigger issue is it's not going to be on Hulu until the 8th, which gives people who want to catch up, people who've never seen it, what have you, 2 days
Yeah.
to go through 366 episodes to get to the 1,000-Year Blood War.
No sleep.
What
Red
the
Bull.
fuck is going on?
No sleep. Some meta, and
You still don't have enough time.
snacks. That's fair. No, there's not.
You'd have to like snort some crack and put everything on 5 times
I mean,
speed.
you could skip filler. There's a whole there you find
No,
online.
you can't. Not in the anime. You cannot skip the filler in the anime. The characters carry forward. Their storylines carry forward. All that bullshit with the bounce, which didn't happen in the manga, they introduced characters that
Yeah.
are there later.
And then most of them show up later in the season still, like the purse people and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember their names.
Not to mention character growth for Ichigo.
That's fair. I mean, don't get me wrong though. I actually enjoyed the Bount arc. I did.
I don't.
I enjoyed it.
To this day, I have never finished the Bout arc. I just can't bring myself to care.
But Kaz, you have to.
No, I don't. I don't have to do bullshit that I don't want to. It's that simple.
Well, then don't tell me I have to, okay? Exactly. It's that simple.
I mean, it's different when it's canon, but you're not going to get me to care about these characters. I'll get, like, maybe the first 5 episodes, just to get the characters that are going to be there later on, right? Because the rest of them, who fucking cares? They're not there. The main thing is getting those 3 mod souls. And then watch, I don't even think you need to watch a full fucking episode of the final fight with that dude. And there you go. You've got all the information you need coming out of Bounce and going into the Arankar, or not Arankar, the Arankar arc.
I thought the Arankar arc was after.
No, after that is the Vizards. Arankar comes first. It's before Orihime gets kidnapped.
I was going to say, because the whole Ichigo didn't have a hollow form during the Bount.
No. Exactly.
Okay, yeah, so... I don't know. I'm sorry. It's been so
you
long.
got the Substitute, you got the Soul Society, then the Rescue. Then you've got the Bounce, the Arankar, the Vizards. Then they go to Waco Mundo, which sort of finishes up the Vizards part.
Yeah.
After that, you get the, what is it? The big 3, whatever, the bad guys, try to go to Karakura Town.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Past, which is a short, like, what is it? Like 9-episode season. It's really weird. It's the shortest season in the entire show, and all it does is tell you what happened all those years ago when the captains and lieutenants were replaced.
That's fair. See, I've never made it past Waco Mundo. The furthest I've gotten is the fight with Grimjow. That's it.
Well, then you at least know about the Vizards.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How he was
the
able
whole
to.
thing was
yeah.
they were captains and lieutenants.
Yeah.
Just like Kisuke. They all got
He said, "Okay, hold on."
not necessarily banished, but they're all out at the same time. And Yoruichi. But that 9-episode arc, it tells you a little bit more about them, what they were like as Soul Reapers.
What do you mean you just finished Kai? When does Goku come back? What are you talking about? Doesn't Kai go all the way through the Buu saga?
I have no idea. Never watched it.
I've never seen Kai, so I don't know. Goku doesn't come like after the battle with Cell. There's the tournament of galaxies, which is the Grand Kai's tournament that he puts on, and Goku ends up getting to fight. Fucking, I don't remember his name now. But so there's that fight, which is just filler, in all honesty, and then cat. Psst! I'm gonna fuck this cat up.
Clawing at the carpet.
Go.
Kitty said, "Let me in."
And then after that, they start the
It sounds like it's another season.
yeah.
I'll be completely honest with you.
So
I didn't finish Dragon Ball Z.
after Kai, So if it stops at the Cell games, all you have to do now is just go to the final season of Dragon Ball Z and watch it. And that's not all that long. It feels long as fuck, though.
That's what she said.
Because there's so much filler. There's so much filler in the Buu saga. It's ridiculous. There's the whole introducing Teen Go or a quote unquote adult Gohan, and really in reality it's Teen Gohan because he's in in high school still.
Young adult Gohan.
Yeah, and then the introduction of
Well, yeah, that's the start of the story between Gohan and Videl, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because he becomes the Great Saiyaman
Right.
to save the city and whatnot, and
Yeah.
she's working with the police force, and then they find out about the new world tournament. They all go to sign up and start training for that, and then right at the world tournament, after they kind of hint at Majin, or it would be Bibbidi. No,
Yeah.
Bobbity. Bobbity's his son.
One of them.
Because it's Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo.
Yeah, I know. I just can't remember which one it was. at the
Bibbidi
time.
is the original wizard that created Boo. Bobbity's his son that's trying to release Boo.
Okay. Fair.
You get a hint at Bobbity. The world tournament starts, and Goku gets 3 days in the world of the living to do the tournament and to visit his family. And then he uses up all that power fighting Vegeta. Yeah. So you get to see him. He doesn't come back because even after the Boo, he's dead. No,
No, he's not.
he's not. He comes back halfway through the Boo saga. And I don't remember how that happens.
I don't know. I never count Goku as dead because he never stays dead, no matter how many times he dies.
Gong. What the fuck?
Yeah, Dugong in the chat. It's because Duncan is a cultured individual and watched the fucking Pokemon anime. Dugong gong.
I didn't. After fucking Indigo, I didn't watch much of the anime.
Hey, guess what?
Hmm.
The Indigo League? That's season 1.
I know.
You know what's in season 1?
Hmm.
Fucking Dugong.
It's been so long, okay? Get fucked. I'm just pointing out timeline here that shows you how long it's been since I've actually watched the anime. It's been that long.
You haven't showed your kids the show?
Yeah, they watch it. They watch Indigo League, but they watch it on their own time. So I don't get a chance to actually sit down and watch it with them. Because they're either, like, they get to watch movies before bed and whatnot, and they'll watch it before bed in their bedroom. And by that time, I'm already in here streaming. So, there you go. Anyway, Bleach and being on Disney.
Yeah,
What is up
Did I
with
ever
that?
tell you that I have a banned episode of Pokemon on VHS?
Same. It's at Grandma's, though.
It was the...
Polygon episode.
No, that's Porygon.
Or
and
whatever.
no.
I don't fucking care.
There was another one. I can't remember how long it was banned for because they eventually released the ban. But it was the one with Tentacruel.
Oh,
the really, really big one.
yes.
That destroyed this. The
And you know, it's
buildings
funny,
and
they
shit.
banned that, but it was still always in the intro of the show.
Mm-hmm. So they couldn't fucking avoid it.
Yeah.
But it had no context.
That's fair. I think it, like, everybody, I think when I started questioning it, because I have it on VHS as well. But I started questioning it when they released the giant Dragonite episode later on.
Well, Piccolo's only half a man. To be fair. And look. We were all teenagers at one point. We understood the appeal
Bro.
of gloomy, apathetic women But
Look, I'm just
Dylan was an
saying,
adult at that point.
the kind of porn I watched in high school and in middle school were,
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball or fanfare porn. All right, 18 was the shit back then. Just saying.
Even back then, you had options.
That's true. Oh, but anyway, so Bleach on Disney. You were, is it or is it not coming to Disney? That's the question.
We don't know. There's no actual confirmation. It could be on Hulu. It could be on Disney Plus. I'll tell you what, it doesn't make any sense for it to go on Disney Plus. I know you argue that it does, but even The Simpsons hasn't had the view count that it had before.
But it doesn't matter.
It does,
mean,
though.
They're
It
rich.
does.
They do what the fuck they
reason,
want.
No, because the reason a company like this would put a series onto their streaming platform is for people to fucking watch it. If people aren't going to go there to watch it, what are you doing? Because they own Hulu. They'll still make the profit off of there if they put it there with the rest of their goddamn anime lineup. Especially knowing Disney's track record when it comes to anime. Because Disney Plus, this is not the first anime that they would have had on their platform. And Josh is out of the room, so he'll have to learn this on the replay, unless he asks me later. I can't remember what the title of it was, but there was another anime that the streaming rights got bought by Disney. They put it on Disney Plus, and they region locked it in Japan only. So if you don't have access to a VPN, and you don't live in Japan, there's no way for you to access this show. No, nobody can. And that's the fear, is that they'll do it again. Of course, you show up right when I say that.
I had to get my vape juice.
So, knowing their track record, knowing what they've done so far, all that does is piss people off.
You know what's really going to piss people off?
What?
Is they really release a Pixar-style Dragon Ball Z show.
All right, so small
Supposedly
disclaimer.
there's already a
Hold
cast
on.
lineup.
Small disclaimer. I have not been able to confirm whether or not this show
I haven't either.
exists. Like, I
What?
no confirmation if it does or does not. I have nothing.
Everything that I've seen, though, has been pretty consistent as far as cast goes. So I don't know if that's just people writing off of others when it comes to the information.
I don't know. It could just be a fan casting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if that's what it is or if it's actually true. Because everything that I've seen has been pretty consistent, but there's nothing from sources saying this is true.
I don't see how it could be.
Either way, I will be so fucking
No.
pissed off.
Hold on. I don't see how it could be, and I'll tell you why. The series is so closely tied to Funimation, which is owned by Sony. Sony is a competitor to Disney. You see where I'm going with this?
No, I know.
It's like if Universal gave King Kong to Disney. That doesn't make any sense. They wouldn't fucking do that. They're not going to share it either.
I'm still going to be pissed. I'll be so pissed. I will tell my kids, suck it the fuck up. I'm deleting Disney Plus. Sucks for you guys. I will be so mad.
Mr. I'm a content creator. I watch it because it's my job. Go fuck yourself. Go
no,
fuck
that's
yourself for sharing my opinion. Being forced to watch shit you don't want to. Are you kidding me?
I forced myself to do it.
It's one thing if you force yourself. You can't force other people to watch shit. You can recommend all you want to.
I'll hold you down and make you watch gay porn. Boy, you better watch it.
Try me, motherfucker. Although, technically, if you've seen a meme compilation anytime in the past 5 years, you've already watched gay porn.
That's fair. Now, between all these unconfirmed shit that we've been getting, and then the confirmation shit that all the games we were excited for this month, they were supposed to be so many, and they all got pushed to summer of 2023.
That reminds me, did Scorn come out?
Comes out this month still. It is still actually it's been pulled forward, and we're getting it earlier than expected. So it was supposed to be released on the 24th. I think it's scheduled for the 19th.
Well, because
I mean, granted, that's only a few days,
right,
but still, I mean, for a game to be for a developer like the developers of Scorn, they're not huge developers by any means. But for them to be confident enough to be like, all right, we can actually release this sooner is fucking great.
well, because last night, or technically this morning, as I was passing out, I was looking for something to listen to, because I don't like silence, and I came across a video of somebody playing Scorn, like actively playing
I mean,
it, not watching a
there's
trailer.
been early open or not open beta, but closed beta. People have gotten beta codes for it. We were due to get beta codes for.
Okay, October 14th.
Oh, is it 14th now? Okay.
And what do you mean not big develop? This is fucking Bethesda.
Is it Bethesda making Scorn? I thought it was somebody else. Oh, well, there you go.
It's
Good on you.
Wait. I may have read that wrong. Hold on.
I was going to say, I didn't think it was Bethesda. I think it was the same people that made
Bethesda
Agony.
Event. Hold on. Here we go.
I was gonna say it got announced during the Bethesda Microsoft event.
Ebb Software.
It's what?
Ebb Software. EBB.
Yeah. Which, if I'm right, are the same people that made Agony.
Kepler Interactive. Actually, I don't know. I can probably find out.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think it is. I couldn't play Agony. I could not. It wasn't the fact that it was scary. It was just Agony is definitely not for the weak, the weak stomached, and it's definitely challenging. And I will admit it was too challenging for me. Yes, there's a whole episode with Future Trunks going back, killing Cell again, blah 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 blah.
No, for Agony, it's Madmind Studio, Ignibit SA, and Megapixel Studio.
Okay.
So, no. Unless there's, like, members of the team that crossed over, it's not the companies.
Oh, see, it's 'cause it's got the same, it's the same style as far as just graphical and art-wise. They're very similar. But then again, you're talking about two games based in hell, in a sense, even though you're in a mansion.
Yeah, we didn't get confirmation on where Scorn takes place.
A mansion. It's in the description on the game on Game Pass.
A mansion on Earth, a mansion
I
on
don't know.
Mars,
I
a
don't
mansion
fucking
in the
know.
future, in the distant past. We don't know.
It's a hellscape, okay? I mean, either way, that's the whole style for it is hellscape. I'm excited for it. I'm glad it's getting released early. I hope that doesn't like. I hope that they're releasing early because it's done. And
Dun,
they're like,
dun, dun.
but so I don't know. It's just I'm excited for it, and I really don't want this to be a bad game.
Right.
I really don't. It looks good.
Time will tell.
The 14th, apparently. I thought it was the 19th. My bad.
I mean, you were close-ish.
Also, we're getting
Only almost a week off.
A Plague's Tale this month. That didn't get pushed back, thank God. What games did get pushed back that were supposed to be coming out this month?
This month, I don't know.
High on Life got pushed back again because it was originally due to release in October. Then they pushed it back to December.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's getting pushed back to the beginning of summer 2023.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's that game and amongst a whole bunch of other games on the lineup that were supposed to be coming out the end of this year are getting pushed up.
So then what the hell is Xbox going to have for the holiday season?
Third-party games. Everything is coming out as third-party. Indie games, things like that. I had a list. I don't know if I sent you the list or not.
Why the hell is every mega corporation becoming retarded right now? Like, collectively. It's a sickness. They're passing it back and forth. Like, are people so fucking scared of the backlash for crunch time that they just refuse to even entertain the thought?
Yeah.
Because, hold on. I'm going to rant about this just a little bit while you're looking this up. People who give a shit about crunch time don't actually understand crunch time. All it is basically overtime. You know, like you would work at a normal goddamn job. That's it. They don't lock you in the building. You're not forced to stay out of the bathroom. It's none of that shit. It's nothing inhumane. It's overtime that you're paid for to do the job you're already doing. And if developers could keep a better eye on their teams, this shit could be done in the correct timetable without it. But they don't. Shit's too relaxed for the first few years of development when it comes to these goddamn games, and then somebody complains about it because they didn't like how they had to work extra for the job that they fucking agreed to do. Have these people really never worked in any other industry? Have they never worked a 9 to 5? How about McDonald's? I've worked overtime at McDonald's. It's not the fucking funnest.
Oh, overtime at McDonald's sucked.
But it's a job. You're paid to do it. Just do it.
Guess what, chicken butt?
What's up, Moon?
Guess what, chicken butt?
Nah, point is, all these news outlets and journalists and whatever that bitch about crunch time, they can all go fuck themselves. I'm so tired of hearing about that shit.
Your hoodie and stickers came? Fuck yeah. I still have to wait a few more days for payment. That's okay, though. I'm okay with that.
And Moon still gets to direct a show.
Yes.
We
She
gotta
does.
set that up. So we'll make sure it's a time that you're available.
She said something on Discord like us getting drunk, playing Sea of Thieves while our characters are drunk. Hang Chill Show.
So many. Wait, what? I've only seen 2 official trailers. That is after the announcement.
I'm not watching any trailers either. I'm just gonna fucking watch the show.
Well, I mean, they're not spoiling anything. It's just, hey, remember these characters that you
yeah.
loved? They're still here.
All
and
right.
then there was a really short showcase for the new villain group, but it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
45 seconds long.
That's fair. All right, so these are the biggest games. These are like the huge AAA titles that everybody's super excited for. That got the most hype. That are getting delayed to 2023. Hogwarts Legacy. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League.
Fuck that game.
Forspoken.
I mean, I want to say fuck that game because it's Sony, but it does look kind of fun. It's swords and magic and monsters
Yeah.
and woo!
Redfall, which is one of the ones I was excited for.
I don't know. I can't bring myself to care.
Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake, which
Another fucking remake.
I don't think I'm gonna even be able to play it anyway because I think it's just gonna go straight to PlayStation.
I mean, I'll give him a little bit of credit though. At least Prince of Persia didn't come out in the last 10 years.
True. That came out PS2 days.
Yeah.
So that's been a long time. So I'm excited for a remake for Prince of Persia. Sands of Time was my favorite.
But are you fucking kidding me with the Last of Us remake?
Yeah, another one.
Yeah, no.
I think this is now 3.
It's like now they're going to have a new game coming out that is the old game, and then a series coming out that is the old game. Hey, Naughty Dog. Hey, Sony. Go fuck
take.
yourself.
Hot take time. Tom Holland was the shittiest fucking casting you could have made for Nathan Drake.
It's not a hot take to me. I fucking agree.
I know there's a lot of people out there that I posted about it on Facebook with the Legend of Zelda shit. By the way, and I got so much backlash for that, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I still don't know if that Legend of Zelda thing is real or
I
not.
don't know either, but it's either way, it's
but
the
see,
dumbest thing you could
The
do.
difference with that one is I don't want to look into it. I'd rather just have that in the back of my mind as, this
Ignore it
could
and
be
think
just
it's
a
like-
fan casting. Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, I just hope it doesn't happen because, don't get me wrong, if they were able to release a Legend of Zelda live action show and make it work, which it won't, I can promise you it won't. They tried to do like an anime adaptation of this show. Granted, it didn't work because Link talked, but it still didn't work.
Well, to be fair, though, nothing they try to make now is going to work.
No.
Especially if it's Netflix.
But using Tom Holland to be a silent protagonist is not the fucking way to go. I can think of people that look more like Link from any iteration of the fucking game, whether it be the Toon version from Wind Waker or the more realistic dark version from Twilight Princess.
Okay, but see, this is
I mean,
Netflix.
there's somebody else out there that could do it.
This is Netflix. What they would do is they would most likely adapt either Twilight Princess, which I doubt, or they would adapt Ocarina of Time. And the reason being is because of
They're the
the
most
focus.
popular.
No, it's because of the focus on Zelda, especially with Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Because Zelda is fucking chic.
Well,
and then you have Link, who was silent, no longer being silent, because he's not going to be able to shut the fuck up about how much cooler and better Sheik is than him.
fair.
Because that's Netflix.
Honestly, though, if they did either one of those two, the only thing it would go forward or go good for is story, because those two games are a pinnacle point in the timelines. One takes place right after the time split, and one of them is the time split. Ocarina of Time separates the timeline. That is where the timeline splits in the whole entire series. Is right there.
See, when I experience these games, no matter how I'm experiencing them, whether it be like YouTube or actually playing them, what have you, I never consider them connected. Because
They never play out that way.
It's easier on my brain
That's
that way.
fair. No, that's fair. I completely agree with you. If you look at it that way, it does make it easier to play them, because then you don't have to think about where it comes from. But there are people out
It's like
there.
all the Mario games.
Yeah. I mean, there are people out there that, quite frankly, enjoy the story to it. And there's a huge
get
story
that,
to it,
but
which
it's just
which is why I'm surprised that they're even making a new one, because
okay. Well,
with
here's the thing.
Breath
though.
of the Wild, that should have been it for Ganon. But
Here's the
now
thing,
we're
though.
looking at
Hold on,
Tyranny.
Hold on. Because people like to talk about how Kingdom Hearts is fucking convoluted.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Zelda's even worse.
Yeah, no. Anyone who actually thinks that Kingdom Hearts is convoluted either A, didn't or couldn't, by some means or other, pay attention to everything that was going on, or B, hadn't played or experienced all of the games.
Yeah.
Because it's not convoluted, it's really not complicated, it's just a fuckload to remember.
Honestly, the
That's
only and then it's with games nowadays, everybody makes it complicated. Even Zelda's really not that complicated. As long as you know where the time splits, it's not that hard to figure out which game takes place when. It really isn't. If you understand that this splits here in the beginning, this game starts at the death of Link, and this game starts with the Link surviving, then you're good to go. Everything else before then is, as long as you, granted they came out at different times, but you
but
can
also,
kind
which
of,
Link is Link and which Link is a reincarnation.
yeah. Well, all of them are.
That's my point. That's exactly my point. Hi, Jules.
Hi, baby. But Skyward Sword is the beginning. That's
Hold
where
on.
it starts.
Because I can say this statement and it won't be creepy. Hello from your bedroom.
Oh my god! No, that was creepy.
Nope, it's just accurate. That's where I
Oh
am.
my god. Jesus. And I can't read that, and I don't have my thing pulled up.
No, I didn't hear anything.
No, chat.
No, I was responding to
Oh.
not you. Because that's where the computer and microphones are.
All right, continuing. Avatar got pushed back as well.
Yeah, but who cares?
Frontiers of Pandora. Starfield got pushed back.
Yeah, but we already knew about Starfield, and that wasn't going to release in October anyway.
No, it was going to release in December.
Yeah, that was the big holiday release.
Yeah. Breath of the Wild 2, which is no longer titled that. It has an official title. I just don't remember what it was.
'Cause I'm a creep.
Those are the big ones. There was a few others. Oh, and this isn't the whole list. Where's the whole list at? Ah, haha! I've got the whole list now.
No, you don't. Don't lie.
Arc Raiders. It's getting pushed back. Avatar, we went over there. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Never heard of it. I didn't even know this was a thing. Deliver Us Mars. Now, we reviewed that one during the expo. I wasn't too interested in it other than the fact that it looks like a beautiful fucking game. Obviously, it's space.
Is that the one where they were on the space station? Like, it was a story about two dudes?
No, this one's just your, like... It's kind of like, oh, what's the fucking guy's name now? From... It's kind of like that movie. What's it called? Where the dude's stuck on Mars. It's got...
The Martian.
Yeah, The Martian. It's kind of like that. If anybody is interested in golf, EA Sports PGA Tour is getting delayed. Forspoken, obviously. Hogwarts Legacy. Kerbal Space Program 2 is getting delayed. Metal Slug Tactics is getting delayed. Planet of Lana is getting delayed.
Huh. Okay, so apparently Deliver Us Mars is not the first game in the series.
Is it not? Oh.
Nope. It's, they're not calling it a sequel, but it's in the same series.
So same universe, same timeline.
As Deliver Us the Moon from
Oh.
2018.
Nice.
I have never even heard of that game.
Pragmata. That looks like a really good game. Why didn't I hear about this one? Oh, it's because nobody knows about it. It's from Capcom.
Wait, you're making popcorn for your boss? Where do you work? And can I take their place?
I want chicken.
No, I didn't say popcorn chicken. I said popcorn.
No, I
Making
just-
popcorn for my boss.
At a merchant shop.
Mechanic. You can't
Oh,
read.
it's over
motherfucker.
there. My phone isn't pulled up. Chat. Go fuck yourself. Look up.
For just pennies a day,
Look up Pragmata.
even you can help teach a kid how to read
Pragmata.
English. Pragmata. Oh, it's Capcom. Looks like it's cross-platform. What will Pragmata be about? From what we can discern from the first teaser trailer, this wild game revolves around a little girl and a person in an astronaut suit. Oh, so it's Bioshock in space. The aforementioned child doesn't appear to be human, as she can breathe in space and do some strange stuff with her eyes. Wow, that's descriptive.
There's not much known about it.
Ha ha, your wife called you out.
Oh well.
It's okay, mine does it all the time. What the hell is that?
Is that inside or outside?
The table started to rumble. Oh, the fan hit the wall. Okay.
It fell over.
It's like, what the fuck is happening?
Jesus, this scared the fuck out of me. But that got delayed to 2023 as well. Replaced. Debuted at 2021 Xbox Showcase.
Replaced.
Sad Cat is the developer on this one.
Good, because just putting replaced video game is probably going to bring up a lot of fucking
Yeah.
GameStop articles. Oh, here we go. Steam page. That makes it even better. What do we got? Replaced is a 2.5D, because it's not 3D. Let's call it 2.5D. Sci-fi, retro, futuristic, action platformer. Add a few more adjectives there, please. Where you play as Reach. That's an acronym. An official intelligence... Oh, artificial. Now I can't read. It's spreading! An artificial intelligence
are hard.
trapped in a human body against its own will. Replaced combines cinematic platforming, pixel art, and free-flow action combat set in an alternative 1980s.
Yep, that got delayed to next year as well. One that I was actually excited for this year. It was supposed
Like
to come
a
out.
more realistic Limbo.
Supposed to come out in December. Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. So I've seen gameplay for Stalker 1, and I really wanted to play it. It was on Game Pass for a little bit. It's no longer on Game Pass, and I'm kind of sad by that because I really wanted to play it. It was right after I got my Xbox, and I was getting ready to play it. And the next day, they took it off fucking Game Pass. So I didn't get to play it at all.
I was reading something else. What are you talking about?
Stalker 2 is coming out next year. It's got delayed as well. I wanted to play the first one because I saw gameplay for it, and then it got removed from Game Pass
Yeah.
right after I got an Xbox. But that got delayed.
No, they sleep in the same room. It was just more creepy if I said it to Jules.
Sea of Stars. That's got delayed till next year. Sons of the Forest got delayed again to next year. Starfield, of course, we talked about that. Suicide Squad. Tchia, Tchia.
I thought you said Suicide Squad was still coming out this year.
No, it's got delayed. I told you.
Can it just get delayed indefinitely? Because no one needs that fucking game.
That'd
It
be
is
great.
not a sequel to the Arkham series. I don't give a fuck what they say.
For all you race car fans, Test Drive Unlimited, Solar Crown got delayed again till next year. And that is actually the full list. And for anybody else interested as well, Beyond Good and Evil is still delayed. I think this is the longest delay we've seen in video game history in quite some time, since Duke Nukem even.
Wait, you're talking about Beyond Good and Evil 2?
Yeah,
Isn't that the one about the girl on the spaceship with all the other people?
yeah. It's kind of supposed. It's
The
supposed.
sequel still hasn't come out?
Yeah. It's
What the fuck?
Yeah. It still hasn't come out, and it was really hyped, especially for a
Yeah,
Bethesda
in
game.
2015.
Yeah, it's still not out. This bitch better look like fucking stellar when it comes out, I swear. Well, what sucks, though, is that every delay comes with... We've had, 2 generations now of consoles
Yeah.
since then? So they've had to reformat for the console, expecting it to come out for the new one. And now we've got the Series X and S and PS5.
Yeah, well, so did Final Fantasy 15, and that game came out.
That's fair.
I mean, granted, that had a lot to do with the people running it, and it became something other than what it was meant to be, but it still came out, even though it went through extra shit.
I'm just disappointed, really, with Starfield. I was really, really hoping for that to come out in December.
Yeah. Yeah. But that gives me time to start on the, full series run of Kingdom Hearts.
Fair.
Because I'm going to stream the fuck out of Starfield.
I farted.
Really, I couldn't tell.
I feel so much better now. My stomach was hurting. Stomach was hurting so bad. It was something so bad.
Jesus.
All right, so I think the anime has been out long enough for
Which one?
Cyberpunk Edge Runner.
Oh.
Everybody dies
eh.
except for one person.
What about the people who haven't played the fucking game, kid?
That has nothing to do with the game.
Yes, it does.
It's just a side story.
But it's still in the same universe.
No way are they connected though. The stories are completely different.
Yeah, they're not connected. You can just, find the shit they left behind, and then it's the name or the drink named after David at the fucking afterlife. They're not connected
A
at
drink
all.
that's been there since the
you
launch.
You don't meet Adam Smasher in both of them. He's not important to either. No.
Look, I'm just saying. All right. Everybody knows. Because what I'm about to talk about is a possible season 2. All right. Now, none of this is confirmed.
I hope
okay?
it's about Morgan Blackhand.
That would be cool. Because we actually have backstory to him in the game.
Mm-hmm.
We actually have backstory for him. The only other I haven't read all the data pads, but I don't know about the other 19.
I'm actually going to do that on stream. If nobody knew, or if some people that were here didn't know, I'm currently doing a run of Cyberpunk 2077 on my channel. It's almost every day at this point. Going over the story, going over any changes I can find, any new weapons and lore bits about Edge Runners. And then what I'm going to do, once I get just a little bit further, is I'm going to spend an entire stream as an audio show where more of an audio book, really, because I'll be reading all the
shards?
Yeah,
Jesus.
basically I'll be reading a big book.
Good luck finding all the shards, because some of those get locked.
Yeah, I know. It depends on which quest lines you take, what decisions you make, who you start as, what gender you start as.
I missed out on I've missed out on 2 weapons now. One because my fault, I didn't shoot the targets fast enough. Fuck you, 6th Street. And the other one is
just reload your save and try it again.
I forgot to call out. So there's a gig you do for Regina where you have to find an old tape for a cop and then return the tape to the cop in his apartment. If you view the tape before extracting it, it opens up a second dialogue choice where you get to tell him, hey, I've seen the tape. I know what's in there. Fess up.
Well, they try to teach you that shit early on.
I know.
With V's neighbor, Barry. Because you can go visit the grave for the tortoise and find out that it's a fucking tortoise and not a person, which completely changes the way Martinez will interact with them.
By the way, I fucked that one up too.
Good job.
I didn't go back in time to talk to him.
What do you mean
If
back
you
in time?
spit, okay, so after the first time you talk to him, no matter how the dialogue goes, whether you fail at your dialogue or you succeed, if you spend too much time doing other shit and do not go to the second part when it cues you to, like it'll cue you saying, go back to Barry and talk to him. If you get distracted and you don't go back, he will eventually kill himself.
That's bullshit because I didn't go back for days. I'm not talking days in game. I'm talking days in real life.
No, I did.
Because I did the first knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Early in the week, and then I did the second knocking on the door last night.
No, then you.
And I've been playing on that save file all week.
You've probably still. How much in-game time have you spent though between that?
If I had to guess, probably about a month.
I don't know. I spent too much time and he killed himself, and I know I succeeded because I went through the same dialogue I went through my first gameplay, and yet I went back and he still fucking killed himself.
Then you fucked something else up. I didn't even know that could happen.
Yeah. I know. Well, no, I looked into it. If you spend too much time away from him, he will eventually kill himself. Because he still doesn't want to go talk to his buddies, his cop friends.
No, the cop friends have to go to him.
Yeah.
They legitimately have to. Barry won't leave his apartment. He's not scripted to.
But yeah,
Like,
he
even
killed
after
himself.
the interaction, he won't leave his apartment.
But you know what I have that you don't?
What?
That you said you still messed up on? Because you storyline you messed up on? I've got Jackie's pistols.
Not on my new save file.
I just wish that you could fucking dual wield those
I
things.
know.
Like, how are you going to show those fucking things off being dual wielded and not let me fucking do it?
Then again, even on the save or the first time that I played and I did pick up those pistols, I didn't use them.
They're stat wise, even if you upgrade them to max, they're still not as good as anything else you can pick up. I can pick up uncommon shit that's better, which sucks
By the
because
way-
they're really nice.
Pro tip for Cyberpunk 2077: when it comes to iconic weapons, do not craft the upgraded version. Like, if you start out with an uncommon, don't craft a rare. If you start out with a rare, don't craft an epic.
Yeah.
You need to spend the entire game, or as much time as you can, with each of those weapons. And I mean all of them, if you want to get the best stats for the legendary version. Because when you're upgrading them, eventually the icon on the screen will turn red. That just means you can't upgrade it anymore right now. That doesn't mean you're locked out. You have to level up more.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you reach a high enough level, you'll be able to upgrade it until it disappears from your list of upgradable items. When it disappears, that's when you go through and you craft it to the next stage. So uncommon to rare, rare to epic, epic to legendary. And you do that because it'll lock in whatever stats you have for the current gun that you have for that next tier in crafting. So, all in all, starting with, let's say, Dying Knight, V's pistol.
Yeah.
Because you get that at uncommon. It starts out with around 20-something damage per bullet.
Yeah.
You're going to miss out on the vast majority of the damage it can do, because it could be one of the strongest guns in the game.
True.
If you just craft it up to legendary. Because if you just craft it up to legendary, it'll be one of the worst pistols in the game. That's how big the gap can get. Now, some of them you can't come across until later on in the game, and they'll end up being like epic weapons. So you won't have as much you can do, but you'll be starting out as a higher level, and everything in the game scales up. So if you're encountering something at a higher level than you were meant to, the stats on it should be higher than they were meant to as well. So it balances itself out.
That's part of the reason why I'm doing like all the side quests and all the gigs now. At least for because I know that more will unlock once I get further through the game. I mean, there's so much more, especially when you get to Act 3.
Right, but the problem is doing it that way focuses on your street cred, not your level.
Yeah.
That's why your level is still in the 20s, while your street
I'm
cred
not.
is in the 40s.
I'm really super worried about it, honestly, because I could still always work on my level throughout anyway, on top of doing other side quests and things like that. I mean, there's always something going on in the game anyway. Every time I run into a group of enemies while I'm roaming the streets, I stop and I kill them.
Well, I mean,
That's because I can't.
with you being in Act 2, just spend an hour or two doing the Pacifica loop. Or even the courtyard loop.
Yeah. I could do that.
Because depending on how you do it, if you use grenades, and like I said before, if you put a point in cold-blooded, just to make sure that you can level that up, because you'll get extra perk points every time you get a level in cool.
True.
So for cold-blooded and ninjutsu. One of them is just making sure everyone that finds you dies. The other one is killing people without being spotted. And you'll do both of those with my method, which is grenades, which also gives you engineering, it gives you athletics, it gives you, what was the other one? There's something else I've been leveling up. Can't remember what it is. But point being, there's like 6 different things you're leveling up with your base level. It's really helpful. And Pacifica's even better because all the jumping will level up your
Oh, yeah.
athletics even faster.
You know, going back through a second playthrough though is I'm starting to as
Oh,
a
that's
content.
right. You're only on your second one.
Yeah, this will be my third playthrough, official playthrough. Um, but my second serious playthrough, like I'm being a little bit more serious about my gameplay. I'm not just rushing through it for the story, figuring out which ending is which and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm actually going through the game and experiencing everything that Night City has to offer. And I was roaming around, and I ended up getting in places where normally you'd think, like if you're walking on the street or just driving around, you'd never think that you can get there. Right, or that you shouldn't be there. You can get there, but maybe the textures might be off because the game developers didn't think that you would go up there for any reason. Things that developers would do.
Right.
And I was doing the gig where you have for a gig for Regina where you have to go rescue one of her buddies from Off-traK. They shut down the whole block, and you have to sneak in there, grab him, or you can take them all out. Well, I was sneaking in there, and I'm like, fuck. Okay, so you talk to these guys, tell you to get on the ventilation shafts outside the buildings and to get inside the compound.
Poke catch.
I ended up jumping onto the roof of these apartment complexes and just jumping around, parkouring through the area. And I'm like, the attention to detail that these developers have put into this game. The whole city looks lived in. There are fucking dirty beds, trash everywhere on top of these roofs that you normally would have no reason to get up there for.
Yeah.
But it looks like homeless people would get up there to sleep out and get away from the cops, get away from people, things like that.
Mm.
The attention to detail is fucking amazing. And it's not just in these one places.
I wish it was more consistent throughout Night City.
Yeah. But I mean, it's wild to see. I wish there was more NPCs up there to show that, hey, these people are still there. You know, not just something scattered to say, hey, people have been up here.
Yeah.
Make it feel more.
Well, it's like when I started my current run and used the glitch to get outside Watson.
Which I'm surprised it's still active.
No, this is a different one.
Oh, is there a new one?
Uh-huh. I'd use a different method. Because before you could just swim across and you get close enough to the fast travel point and then you could use it. But with this one, you end up going down towards the freeway, and you'll go down into the canal where there's lots of trash and junk cars and shit like that. You'll go around one pillar, straight to another one, and then to one junk car, and then to another junk car, and then all of a sudden you'll be in Japantown.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
There's only a dirt road there, and you can't call your car because it won't reach that area. It'll just go to the highway above you.
Yeah.
So you have to walk until you find a road. Well, along that path, there's a ruined, abandoned building that literally there's no reason to ever go over there. But I passed by it, and I was like, wait a minute. There's part of that on the side that looks like I can jump up there. And I did. And there was just a random dude hanging out on top of the building, smoking a cigarette, trash piled around him. It's like, why is there a person here? There's literally no one else in the entire area. Just this one dude hanging out, sitting in a plastic chair, smoking a cigarette, surrounded by trash.
That's fucking hilarious.
Like,
Well,
okay, well, this looks real.
So one thing I ended up finding out, which I found was pretty interesting, all the loading screens are live in-game. They're not just screenshots. They're live in-game.
No, they're not.
Not all of them. A lot of them are. So,
dude, they have AVs that are frozen midair. They are not live.
the one.
Plus, you can tell by the way they're compressed.
The one particular loading screen, though, is a guy in a junkyard watching TV. And it's the news talking about, good morning, Night City, blah, blah, blah. And
that one's a still. But what's happening on the screen was overlaid onto it.
You can actually find him watching the news, though.
Probably, yeah.
One thing I hated the most is I got stuck last night playing, if you go to the dam where what's his face is, the fixer, what's his name?
El Capitan.
Yeah. On the other side of the dam is nothing but junk
Yeah.
piled up. But there's one burning flame out there, and I was thinking to myself, why is there just one thing on fire out there? And it looks to be a drop pod from the moon. So I figured, fuck it. I zoomed in, turned on my optics. There's some uncommon trash out there or junk you could pick up for crafting materials. So I went scavenging. Let everybody know, don't do that because you can't get out. Okay.
Smooth.
So just letting you know now, I figured that out for you. You cannot get out. There is no path up there. There's no double jump, no charge jump that you can use to get out of that area. You are fucked. But there's a shit ton of materials out there that you can pick up. But there's one little fire out there. It looks like, hey, there might be something. Because the way it's just sitting there, and it is, it's like a drop pod. And it looks like something that would be story related, which it's not.
So like the Space Oddity mission.
Yeah, where you pick up the
painting.
The painting.
Yeah.
And it's weird because it's a fresh fire. It's bright. You can see it from the dam. I mean, it's way out there, but you can see it from the dam. You can see the smoke from below the dam, even. There's nothing there. Just letting everybody know. There's nothing there. But you can get to it. If you go a little past it, then you'll get the screen saying, there's nothing right here for you yet, ... And then it turns you around.
That should be the tagline. Video games. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
But don't do it, guys. I was really hoping that if I'd got as far enough out as I could, it would actually put me back on the dam. No, it just turns you around. And you're stuck there and you have to reload your save.
Smooth.
Because you can't just pause and fast travel out. No.
Nope. You gotta go to
You
the
gotta.
fast travel
Yep. I was fucked. I had to reload my save. Luckily enough, I had fast traveled there, so an autosave was right at the fast travel point, which is great. But still, don't do it. All the fucking materials is not worth it. There's a shit ton of materials out there. Also, hint for anybody material farming: if you go to the junkyard east, no west of no, yeah,
east, no west,
east,
no north.
If you go east to the Badlands,
it's west.
Go east to the Badlands to the junkyard over there where you get shot by Dex. If you go back there and you actually go off the road and jump through all that trash, there's a shit ton of materials out there and they all respawn.
I only ever go out there to get Dex's gun or that one thing from the Netrunner in the cooler.
Yeah.
Or
Delamain. The Delamain car's out there.
That's not in the same area, though.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's on the same fucking road.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I just did that last night
just,
before I
so
went to
did
sleep.
It's just north of there. Not even, 100 meters away.
That is a lot more than 100 meters
No,
away, dude.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
You're tripping.
No.
You're tripping. And then there's also the
but if you're a
the
nomad,
gas station where you do the NYPD.
Okay, but anyway,
too.
still talking about the landfill. If you're a nomad, you can go back to that area, but instead of going straight when the road ends, you turn right. There's a small little path there. It looks like somebody's been working on cars or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You'll actually find your car.
Your old car.
Yep. From when you start the game.
You actually get.
And the character there is actually Alana Pierce. She's a video game journalist. The game won't let you shoot her. I've tried.
Of course you did.
It's just one of those things. You can shoot everybody else who's not a main story character, except for children.
You can even shoot Regina.
You can't shoot children, and you can't shoot Alana Pierce.
You can shoot your fixers, too, which is crazy.
I've never tried to shoot the fixers, so I can't
I
confirm
accidentally let a shot off at Regina. You cannot kill her. You can put in some damage. Like if you're persistent enough to try to kill her in that little tiny cramped area that she resides in, go for it. By all means. But that's pretty fucking hard because she deals damage.
Oh, did I tell you I figured out how to survive the cops forever?
No.
Confirmed it last night because I got bored and I was trying to grind levels, which apparently you can't do with cops. Because where I was at in the save file, I needed one more level in body so that I could force open a door.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really wanted the items that were behind that door. It's the Scav building where you find Evelyn.
Okay, yeah.
Because I
haven't gotten that far in the story just yet.
I'd been grinding up to that point, just doing side missions until trying to get to that point with Meredith.
Pooped in the potty? This is podcast worthy. Guess what, everybody?
Yes.
Asuna pooped in the potty.
I did.
You did?
See, I did it. Woohoo! Yes, I did it.
Yay! You gonna keep pooping in the potty?
Yeah.
You promise?
Yes.
No more pull-ups?
No.
No.
Are you going to teach my daughter how to?
Huh?
Are you gonna teach Cassie's daughter to poop in the potty?
Pinky, why, Daddy?
Yeah? You pinky promise?
Yes, Pinky.
Pinky promise.
Pinky.
She was so proud of herself. She goes, I tell Daddy. You pinky promise? Okay. You got poop and pee in the potty from now on. She came to me and told me she had to poop.
Nice. Love you!
She's going to tell Ray right now.
My daughter, everyone.
Right, well, anyways, the reason I was so early in the main story was because I was trying to do just side quests and fill time and whatever to try to get to that point with Meredith Stout, which is the whole reason I started this save file over to begin with.
So you can get the dildo.
So I could get the iconic weapon. I was iconic weapon farming,
He
all
wants
right?
the dildo. The vibrator. That's what it is. It's a vibrator.
And-
It's supposed to be
and
a ripper knife.
I'll tell you what I learned on that front in just a minute. But so I'm still pretty early level, probably like 25, but my health is around 130, and that's really important. If your health is not around 130 or higher, this will not work. What you will need is the rare frag grenades. Those are the ones. What do they have? They have motion detection.
Yeah.
So they'll float in midair. If they detect something, they'll fly to it and then explode. You need a fuckload of those. You also need a fuckload of epic max stocks.
Okay.
Those are instant health, not the bounce backs.
Yeah.
Very, very important distinction for people who have not played this game. Bounce backs are what the game will try to get you to use to begin with. It gives you a little bit of health, and then it gives you health over time. Max stocks give you health right away, like a standard potion.
I have a shit ton of those. I just don't use them.
Yeah, you'll need them. You'll need them as soon as fucking Max Tech tries to come after you.
That's fair.
But yeah, you'll end up spamming those grenades and have any submachine gun. Because anything that stands up after a few grenades, they'll get close to you. You just fire off a few rounds with your submachine gun, and they're down.
Yeah.
But the entire time, you will also be spamming those max stocks. Because they've got net runners who will constantly be doing damage to you no matter how far away you get.
Yeah.
And if you can get the timing right, you can just throw down grenades before they show up there, because the ones that have the motion detection, they'll float for a second, and if they don't detect anything, they'll fall to the ground. And then they'll just lay there for an uncomfortably long time before they explode. Well,
Like always says uncomfortably long time.
well, it's like, can I go this way? Can I not go this way? Am I going to get hurt by my own grenade? I think I'm going to get hurt by my own
It's gonna
grenade.
kill me, I promise.
Which, yes, you will get hurt by your own grenade, expected. But pretty much all of the Max Tech fucking, super goons have, what's it called? That thing that David has.
The Sandekistan.
Yeah, that, whatever it's called.
Sandekistan. Or
San-
just call it Sandy.
It doesn't have Stan at the end of the name.
This is Sandekistan.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That's not what it's called.
Yes. Just
No,
call
it's-
it a Sandy. It's okay.
God. I'm going to look it up while I'm talking about this.
Look, I can
Anyways,
pull it up
they've
faster.
all got super speed. So they will run up to you. Those grenades will at least knock them off their feet, and then you throw them.
Sandevistan. Sandevistan. I'm going to say it one more time. Are you ready? Sandevistan. Don't believe me? I have it pulled up already.
Where is that?
Or
Where's
you
it
could
at
just
on
call
the
it a
page?
Sandy.
Where is it at on the page?
Right there at the beginning. How to get a Sandevistan.
What the oh, second line. Number 1. Who the fuck came up with this name?
I don't know.
Number 2, you still said it wrong the first
I
time.
don't give a shit. I was right. There's a tan at the end of it.
You still said it wrong the first
Just
time.
call it a Sandy.
You still said it wrong the first time. But anyways, they all have that, so they all got super speed. That's the important thing. When they run up to you, those grenades that have fallen to the ground, they will explode. They will knock them off their feet, and then you can shoot them or throw more grenades. I recommend throwing more grenades. Lots and lots and lots and lots of grenades. If you know any duplication glitches, use them, because you will run out of grenades doing this.
Every
But-
single
but
duplication glitch that I've looked up for this game, I haven't used any yet, just for everybody knowing. I haven't used any yet. But everyone that I have found has told me that I have done it. I am too late to start the glitch. I'm too late in the game. Which doesn't make sense
No,
to me
you're
at all.
not.
But whatever.
No, you're not. The new ones that the developers didn't put them in. The new ones that are not patched out, the new ones that people have discovered, currently work no matter what level you're at. And the way they work, there's nothing that could lock you out of it as long as you have access to shops.
That's fair.
But yeah, your health will go down really quickly. Make sure you're not near any... How do I put it? Any really big or really important structures, because there are guns that will pop out of the walls.
Oh, you like the megaplexes and...
Yeah. Yeah. Those are not so fun.
No.
And they don't stop firing.
No.
And with all the people around you, you will not have time to shoot those things. They will kill you.
Yeah, you cannot quick hack them at all.
So even this method will not save you from that. Well, I mean, you can't even quick hack the max tax soldiers.
No.
Or cops. Like, as soon as you're wanted, there's nothing you can fucking do except try to fight your way out like a normal person.
Yeah, I'm stuck on one side quest right now because of the fucking cops. I don't know why. I can kill cops all goddamn day in this game, but this particular set of 3 cops kill me in 2 hits. And I can't even put a dent in them.
But no, I was surviving waves of 6 max tax at a time.
Fuck that. Can you imagine living in a world like that, though?
No.
By the way, back to detail and the world itself. If you go to any map of America, they have actually gotten counties, right? They don't just randomly place counties in each state like some games would, just to make it look full. Every county is shaped correctly.
I don't go to maps.
Okay, so like one of the very first, if you run Nomad, one of the very first maps you run into is at the checkpoint getting into the city with Jackie. Yep. You stop at the checkpoint. You go in to go talk to the checkpoint guard.
Yeah.
To get all the contraband
Right
and
before
the
he
lizard.
sells you out.
Right. If you go into the building and right at the front door to the left on the wall is a giant map of New America. And I was curious. I was like, I wonder how accurate this is. Of course, I zoomed into Kansas because that's the most known to me. Every county is shaped correctly and in the right spot. So I started looking up the rest. Oklahoma's correct. Texas is correct. North and South Dakota is correct. Nebraska's correct. California's correct. Holy shit.
Yes, we want to see the hoodie.
I do. Post it in selfies. Be great. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Because a lot of games don't even do that. They just place random fucking shapes in the fucking states to make it look fucking...
Number one, they don't have to do that because it's 50 years in the future of an alternate timeline. Number two, it's really easy to do that because those maps already exist and all they have to do is just use one and put some colors over it and shit and yeah.
I know it's easy, but a lot of developers don't do it. And it's nice to see.
Honestly, I'd argue that it makes less sense for the map to be that accurate in Cyberpunk.
given the way that the states are split.
Given the fact that corporations run everything.
Yeah, everything but the east side, or the East Coast.
Yeah.
I think if I remember it correctly, from Kansas east is all considered quote unquote New America, and then west of Kansas is corpo controlled.
I'm not sure, but either way. It do be done.
Hey, look at that.
Do be done. On Discord. Hey, I actually got a notification that time. Hell yeah.
That looks dope. I need a hoodie.
See, kid? That's what it should look like with the glow around the letters, all right?
That's
I like
dope as
that.
fuck. I like that a lot. How many people, when you walk around with those hoodies, go, "Ooh, who are those? What's constantly off track?" Like, I'm curious. How much attention do you get with that? I need to know our reach. Your whole family. Has anybody checked out the show, or even either or of our channels? Because that would be cool. You know what I think we need to do again, though, is business cards.
I mean, you can do that. And have fun. I'm not doing it.
People at Spencer's and Hot Topic. I remember when it
Sounds
was
like our kind of people.
I remember when Spencer's and Hot Topic was still cool, but I mean that's still actually pretty
Like I
fucking
said,
awesome.
sounds like our kind of people.
That's actually pretty fucking dope. You know, if you want to pass the word to be like, hey, look. Just talk to Spencer's and Hot Topic. Be like, look.
It's like, hey, you know
You
that
really want this on your
advertising thing
shows?
we should do? If you want to do it for us, that'd be awesome.
great.
You dick.
I would love to go to fucking Spencer's or Hot Topic and see our shit on the shelves, man. That'd be awesome.
Maybe one day.
I'll actually shop there again.
Honestly, to get our shit in Spencer's, we'd probably have to be more edgy than we already are.
Want a hot take?
Because Spencer's gives no fucks.
Spencer's isn't as cool as it used to be.
Well, I mean, at least not here.
I think,
Spencer's here isn't as cool as it used to be.
yeah.
That's mainly because of the people that are in it.
Ugh. I think I only go in there anymore to look at shot glasses.
Yeah, I look at the wallets and belt buckles.
I haven't done that in a while either. I don't even go in the back anymore.
That's where I got my belts.
Was in the back?
No. My black flash belt and the what was it? It was the 3rd generation Pokemon belt with the legendaries.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't know. I haven't seen them.
They're the ones made out of seat belts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't get those. I don't get them at all.
I didn't, but those belts are like 10 years old and still the same quality as when I bought them.
Fair enough.
I mean, I could see why people use them.
Still, it's just Spencer's isn't as cool as they used to be. Not even Hot Topic. I think I've gone to Hot Topic a couple times recently because Jules collects pins, and they've got the Disney pins that she likes. So we go in there for that, but that's it.
I don't go into Hot Topic anymore because they don't play the same music anymore.
No, they don't. Mm-mm.
That was one of the cool things about
pretty
going to
sad.
Hot Topic in high school. It's like, these people actually listen to what I listen to. And I don't have to pretend to like all the other shit.
I think there's one thing at Hot Topic that I do want, and it's a Dragon Ball throw blanket, and it comes in a 10 4-star Dragon Ball. Like, it's a giant 10 ball that opens up with the blanket inside, and I want it. Honestly, I just want it for the fucking case. I want it for that 10. That's all I want the blanket for.
Tin. Tin.
Yes.
Say it with me, kid.
I
Tin.
said 10.
You keep saying 10.
10.
Tin.
10.
Tin.
Aluminum.
At least you're not British with their aluminium.
Aluminium. 10. Oh, what else is there to talk about today?
So I didn't tell you what happened with the experiment that I ran.
No, you didn't. Go for it.
So
We got off track.
right. It's the name of the show. So the whole point of doing that second run in Cyberpunk 2077 was the fact that when I did my run to that point on stream, I did everything that you were supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
I went to Maelstrom as a corpo. That's what I started as. I did literally everything that Meredith wanted me to do. I left the building. She was still there. I had the conversation with her. And then eventually started Act 2. Did enough missions, had enough time pass by to where she contacted me. And then I messaged her back. Because that's the only thing that's actually required after you go to Act 2 is just text her back.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you say. If you text her back, she will offer to meet you at the No-Tell Motel.
Yeah.
And during that encounter, when you show up, number one, you'll see an item sitting right next to her.
It's a vibrator.
It's an iconic weapon.
It's a vibrator.
And
you equip it and it goes. When you swing it, it goes.
And it's really fucking funny to hit people with.
Believe it or not, that's actually even if you get it as a low level, that thing is strong as fuck. Not gonna lie.
Eh.
But would have known a vibrator.
The
could
main
do some
thing is,
damage.
it's an iconic weapon, and I already accidentally locked myself out of one. The path I chose locked me out of another. It was like, fuck, I need this one. I'm trying to farm as many iconic weapons as I can. And it didn't spawn. Well, here's the thing. I started that run with the nudity filter on just because, Twitch is being fucking difficult, and I don't want to run the gambit, especially with this latest scandal that happened with someone literally having sex on stream. So, I didn't want to run the risk.
Just skip that scene.
That's not the point. Because there's nudity throughout the entire fucking game.
Yeah.
You can't just avoid all the billboards and all
True.
the signs on the street.
See, I haven't had any issues, and I've been running without the nudity filter.
Well, either way, so
I spent a whole half an hour
the point
looking at the
is,
character's
I
vagina.
went to that encounter, and instead of getting that iconic weapon, there was a stun baton.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck. I did everything I was supposed to do. I looked it up and made sure. What the hell happened? So I thought, oh my god, it's a realistic looking dildo, and I have the fucking nudity filter on.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if they locked you out of that weapon because you have that filter on, I'm gonna rage. So I've instead of ranting that night, I was like, you know what? In my off time, I'm gonna do another save file, starting with this current version of the game, not going back to any of my old saves because those are all older.
Yeah.
And I'll just go up to that point, make the same decisions. Now, I started differently because I started with a male. And I didn't start as a corpo just to make sure that I did everything right. Because the main thing was, or the main theory was, you had to be a corpo to make it work. Well,
I got it.
I started as a
Street kid.
male nomad. And guess what?
What?
The shit worked.
Yeah.
So, just to further test it, before I even looked at the weapon's stats, because I could see it there laying on the bed,
Yeah.
I saved it, exit out of the game, because you can't access that nudity filter unless you're in the game's main menu.
Mm-hmm.
I turned that shit off and loaded back in. Guess what happens?
It turned into a sun baton.
No.
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 What happens then?
It turns into a penis pump.
What the fuck?
Still an iconic, legendary weapon. It's a penis pump. So that's a thing.
Do I think Goten has more potential than Gohan?
No. I think they have exactly
No.
the same amount of potential.
Because one, Toriyama didn't have any I think really Goten and Trunks after Future Trunks left was just fan service. And he didn't have any plans for him to begin with anyway, other than the use of the fusion and to introduce the fusion. And they were better off.
Did
They
anyone
made
else-
more sense.
Did anyone else just not give a shit about Trunks anymore after Future Trunks was gone?
Yeah, because the games kind of ruined him for me.
I didn't play the games.
They released a card game with Future Trunks. It was based in another timeline. Still canon for some god-awful reason.
Yeah, just
And now
yell
he's
that
part-
straight into the microphone after talking all softly.
You know, he's... the Xenoverse games, the MMO,
I don't play any of the games.
all of it that's
None of 'em.
considered canon is fucking stupid. Because... I'm talking calmly because I'm going to fucking rage if I keep going.
So he's gonna keep going.
Trunks created did one of the worst things you can do in this universe,
He
which
existed.
is time travel. Time travel. It's the worst crime. They mention it so much in the games, in the manga, in the anime. And yet now he's leader of the Galactic Police. Like, he's one of the main leaders of the Galactic Police. And it doesn't make sense to me. Why isn't he in fucking prison?
But kid, he changed the timeline.
That's why he's wanted. They even mention it in the game, in the manga, in the anime.
No. Because hold the
But,
fuck
oh,
on.
it's okay.
Hold
We're
the
gonna
fuck
let you
on.
because you're so
Hold
and
the
so,
fuck
son.
on.
Fuck that.
Hold the fuck on. How could he even be wanted in a future that no longer exists?
The god of time. Now with this whole new gods things, they're able to fill in all the information we needed,
So
which
in
I
other
think is
words,
fucking stupid.
in other words, you're applying Dragon Ball Super logic to this.
I have to
No, you don't.
because the games reference it now.
Don't care. Completely disregard it. You can do that. You are allowed to disregard things.
Okay, disregard Super. All right,
Yes.
disregard Super.
Okay.
God of Time still exists.
Disregard the games.
Nobody fucking cares at that point.
The games are not the anime.
That's true. But when you imply them as canon,
Doesn't matter.
it kind of does though.
You're making it matter.
If you want to make it, if you want to be consistent about it and do a full synopsis on the situation, you have to take anything that's canon there.
Synopsis.
Don't fucking care.
Synapses are in your brain. Synopsis is a, summary of a story.
You knew what I meant. When you imply something is canon, you have to pull it
so
into the
apparently I need
equation.
to up the funding. For just $1 a day,
Super
you can
Comic
teach a
Guru
kid how to
allows
learn.
this.
Look, we need dollars a day just to live.
Because, here's the thing. The way the story is written, you don't have to play the games for the story to continue.
You don't.
The story is continuous regardless of whether the games exist or not. Now, if the game actually took place, let's say, in the middle or after a certain storyline, right?
Yeah.
And then the anime would pick up after that regarding all of what happened in the game as canon, that would be a different story. But you can completely separate the games, not play them, not experience them, and the story still has that running through line because that's the continuous story.
I need an adult.
The games
I am an adult. I have no idea if sound alerts are working. Just letting you know. I don't hear any of them.
I tried to fix shit, but the only thing I could get to play was the intro video.
Okay, if you hear them all, that's all that matters.
Okay.
You know what? Let's get on Trunks for a little bit.
Hey,
I don't want to get on Trunks. That sounds
Right,
inappropriate.
Tell me why, out of all the story of Dragon Ball Z, I'm going to include Super in this.
Oh my god, I don't care automatically. You just said you're
The
counting
only reason why I'm
Super.
bringing Super in this is because it's part of the timeline. It doesn't pertain particularly to this situation as far as story goes.
All right.
Trunks has a sword.
Yes.
He's famous for his sword. He's always been famous for his sword. He's the only character that actually uses a sword in a world full of ki blast and planet-killing
that he has
attacks.
access to as well.
Right. Toriyama and Funimation released an uncanon anime.
No. Hold on. Super is not fan service. Super is Funimation not making enough money on fucking Dragon Ball Z.
Yep.
They know it's their biggest cash cow right now, outside of One Piece, and they need to milk it as long as they can. But the story was done. The story was over.
Everything in Super is fan service. Frieza,
But that's not the reason it
Frieza.
exists.
Broly,
That is-
Frieza.
That is
But
not.
that's not why it exists. No.
Exactly. It exists for money, which is the fucking worst thing they could have done.
And they're gonna use fan service to do it. But so you're right and you're
But
wrong.
it's not fan service at that point because they are ruining everything. They got Akira Toriyama to destroy the story he built built over decades.
Only because he forgot.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It was over. It was done. It made sense.
How dare they take advantage of an old man? Anyway, so Toriyama.
Like, I get it. Shit gets made for money, especially with fan service. But at least make it make sense. Don't destroy everything that's been written so far just for your own fucking vanity. They're so afraid of not being relevant anymore.
True.
Die
So-
off. The world won't change. That's my thoughts on Funimation.
They released a movie, not canon because it was still a Dragon Ball Z movie, and no Dragon Ball Z movie is canon.
Dragon Ball Super Broly is.
I will say again, no Dragon Ball Z movie is canon.
Okay, fair.
Okay. We're on the same page.
I was reading while you were talking.
That's fine. They released a movie. It takes place. I'm trying to think. I think it's after Boo. Or it could be in the middle somewhere, like they filled in. No, I think it's after. Because there's two movies after Boo. Legend of the Dragon, or something like that. Where this creature or person from outer space brings a music box to Earth to try to release this quote-unquote hero to destroy this enemy dragon that has destroyed their planet. By releasing the hero, they've released the dragon. And at the end of the
Okay.
movie, the hero, before he disappears, gives Trunks his sword. Right? To explain how future Trunks got a sword.
Okay.
To begin with. That was supposed to explain it. Because it's not canon, later on, in the extended manga, which is canon, Trunks' sword is actually the Z sword. Which is, if anybody's watched the Boo saga.
Hold on. Because I think you're missing an important distinction. The manga canon and the anime canon are completely separate.
To an extent, yes.
No, not to an extent. Fully.
Well,
The
the
anim-
movie itself isn't canon.
They are technically the same story,
Which is why I'm...
but each one has its own separate storyline.
Then still, the ending is still the same of this, okay? Because either way, that movie wasn't canon anyway. Right?
Right.
So, the manga, to explain how Trunks got his sword, was the Z sword.
Okay.
Which still doesn't make any fucking sense to me because the Z sword is broken. Gohan breaks it, released the Elder Supreme Kai, to release his full potential, quote unquote, before he is Ultimate Gohan and fights Boo.
Okay.
How the fuck does Trunks get the fucking Z sword if it's broken? And this filler manga, or this extended story, takes place after Majin Buu. I don't get it. And then,
I mean, it's true.
look, I'm just saying, it's inconsistent as fuck, and I'm so sick of it. I just want to know the real story on Trunks' sword. All
If
right,
you want to
stop
know the real
flip-flopping.
story, stop watching the anime, only read the manga. That's the real story. Because that came first, and that's what the anime is based off of.
But this still doesn't make any sense because he gets the sword after it's broken.
Okay. Have you ever watched Lord of the Rings? You
Yes.
can fix a sword.
Not if it doesn't exist anymore. It legit breaks in half. Elder Kai comes and it turns into smoke. And then boom, Elder Kai. Which is just a god version of Master Roshi. Legitimately.
Okay.
He's just an old pervert.
Okay.
The Z sword doesn't exist.
You realize what universe you're talking about, right?
It doesn't make sense. Okay? You can't give a kid a sword that no longer exists because it was the embodiment of Elder Kai. Like, it turns into smoke. It no longer is a thing. There is no more Z sword. The Z sword was Grand Kai. What the fuck? How do you get a crown next to your name? You subscribe at the first of the month? Every month?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's first. It's first. Let you know that you were one of the first subscribers. I think it's up to 10.
Oh.
I think.
I don't know.
And Leo is on reoccurring.
Welcome back. You missed some shit.
She's back on number 3. Or is this 4? I lost count. I'm sorry. You're here, and that's all that matters. I went on a rant. Usually it's Kaz that goes on rants.
Yeah, but see, your rant can be avoided. Stop giving a shit about Super.
The only reason why I brought up Super in that rant, okay, is because they still haven't given us an explanation. Although, if I'm correct, he doesn't have a sword in Super. At least Future Trunks doesn't. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't expect it to make sense. It's fucking Dragon Ball Super.
That's fair. That's very fair. I still think Black Frieza is just to, add diversity to the series.
I don't know anything about that. Not a single fucking... I'm just now learning that apparently Black Frieza is a thing because you said it.
You know what's funny is that there is still nothing explaining how Trunks learned how to go Super Saiyan. Not a thing.
Watching his dad?
No. They don't say it up front, but I'm pretty sure it was Goten that taught him. Because how we found out that each of them can go Super Saiyan is Goten goes Super Saiyan while training with Gohan, and Gohan asks how he does that, and he explains that I was sparring with Mom, and it just happened.
Well, didn't Vegeta learn after Goku did it?
Yeah, through infinite rage. Just slamming the ground into a planet.
Okay. But, yeah. Why wouldn't it be something similar for Trunks?
I mean, that's just, I wish
Like
they would.
father, like son.
I wish, yeah, that's fair. But I wish they gave a little bit more explanation because all they do is,
I mean, for fuck's sake, Vegeta learns everything after Goku does it.
Everything.
Trunks is sparring with Vegeta, and then Trunks asks, "Can I go Super Saiyan?" And Vegeta's like, "How'd you learn how to go?" Well, Goten can do it, and Vegeta loses his shit because the son of Goku learned Super Saiyan.
The
Such
other
a-
son
yeah.
of Goku learned Super Saiyan.
At
You
such a
know,
young age.
Not like the other one didn't learn how to do that or anything.
Let's just
Or-
be
or-
honest.
Or go Super
neither
Saiyan
of his
2.
neither of his kids are actually his kids. He's absent.
Does Gohan ever go Super Saiyan 3?
No. He gets beast mode, according to this new movie. I don't know. I'm just going off of what I've read in the trailer.
I don't fucking know. I'm not watching any of it. I'm not even watching trailers for the movie. I didn't watch trailers for fucking Broly.
I didn't either. I watched it so I could shut streamer up.
I especially didn't watch any trailers or anything about it after a certain fucking thing happened that I can't mention on Twitch.
Huh?
You know, the highly politicized actions that Funimation took.
When?
About
Like-
the guy who plays Broly.
Oh, yeah. Well, the first Broly or the new Broly? I don't remember. I know we talked about it.
No,
I just don't remember
he
which.
is Broly.
I just don't remember which Broly he played.
Broly.
The first Broly or
No, Broly.
Yeah.
Like, we're not talking about an Ocean dub. We're not talking about fucking 4Kids. We're talking about Funimation. The Funimation Broly.
Right.
Yes.
So from the very first movie or the new one? We'll talk about it later. Because I know we've talked about it before, but I've drank since then. And I'm completely fucking lost.
Like, I'm legitimately not sure how much of this I can even say without Twitch getting mad at me with how fucking politicized it is. Granted, it's been a little while, but still, I don't want to take the risk on
Hot
your...
take, it's the First Amendment and we're technically journalists.
No,
They
we're
can go
not.
fuck themselves.
And they can still limit everything we say.
Oh, shit. Fan service.
I'll just say this. I won't do that on your channel out of respect.
Fair enough. I gotta fart again.
Of course you do.
I'm pretty sure I have to take a shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe you actually should have ate your lunch on the show. The one time lately.
Oh. Unpopular opinion to 90s kids up today.
I'm listening.
The new McDonald's Happy Meal that they just released for adults is an overpriced money grab.
Most things are, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
So, McDonald's released a new kids meal. It's called Cactus something flea market meal or something like that.
What?
Yeah. It's a new thing. They just dropped it today. You did not show us his birthday cake. I'll pull it up because I looked at it today because I was thinking about getting one. Actually, I did get one. I got two because I wanted to see what these things are. Hold on, I'll even go get the toys real quick.
Oh god, I don't want to have to go to fucking Polygon to learn about this.
No, don't. Just look it up
I
on
hear
McDonald's website.
Axios is...
We're back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the toys.
McDonald's Happy Meal for adults. Oh my god, I don't want to subscribe to Axios. Fuck off. Let me read. Alright. McDonald's Happy Meals for adults launch complete with toys. And all of these toys have 4 eyes. What the fuck? Why do they have 4 eyes? And weird crooked smiles. This is a Halloween thing? The hell? So, driving the news, they say. The limited edition combo meals launching today are part of the fast food giant's collaboration with popular streetwear fashion label Cactus Plant Flea Market and will be available while supplies last. Why it matters, according to Axios.
Okay, I'm back.
McDonald's said it is reimagining the feeling of pure joy when you ordered a Happy Meal as a kid. With the Cactus Plant Flea Market box... Just, that name, are you fucking kidding me?
Okay, so
Hold on. For adults to reignite a new generation of love for our food and the brand. Details. There are 2 different meals, a Big Mac and a 10-piece chicken nugget, each coming with an order of medium fries and medium drink plus toy. McDonald's told Axios. The box will be available in restaurants, at drive-thrus, by delivery, and on the app. Why? And why do they all have 4 eyes with crooked smiles?
So
Oh, you have some.
I have some. I have 2. I have the birdie and I have the grimace. Okay? I am not excited about these toys at all. All right, I'm not gonna lie.
Hold
I
on.
bought.
Moon said there's something on Discord, and that sounds infinitely more interesting than whatever the fuck is going on with McDonald's. Discord, load. Load on my phone, please.
I like that birthday cake.
It's not loading on my phone.
Oh, I just got rid of it. I would have showed you, but I will.
It's just blank. It's not fair.
Oh, poor baby. Log
Discord
into
apparently
internet.
hates me. What?
Log into internet. Log into my internet.
I don't know your Wi-Fi password.
I will tell it to you.
On stream?
No, but you can hand me your fucking phone, and I will log you in.
I don't know if I like that idea.
It's moist, just to let you know. That's the Wi-Fi router name.
Oh. Okay. Alright, type it in.
There we go.
Yay, Wi-Fi. Now straight back to Discord. Still no images. Discord, why you be like this?
The fucking kids. For anybody wondering what that banging is in the background, we have 3 children at our house.
Yay, pictures.
My daughter
I can see
and
now.
2 of our friends' kids that we babysit. Anyway, the topic at hand, please.
Now these cakes are way more interesting.
That sucks.
Or, sorry, this cake.
It
2
is
pictures of the
interesting.
same
That's
cake.
cool. I like it. It's Pokemon. But so, what I was getting at is, 1, these toys are fucking stupid. Do you remember going to McDonald's when we were kids and actually getting toys? Like actually getting toys, functioning toys that we would go home and play with for weeks. All
See,
right.
For me, it was more the toys that we get at Burger King.
That too. And this is the grimace one. He's fat. He's hard to catch.
Him being Grimace. Motherfucker. But why do they look like this?
I don't know. I don't understand that. I think that's stupid. Okay. Now, guess
Like they
how
even
much?
had to give Birdie a second set of fucking goggles.
Guess how much I paid for just one of these meals?
How much?
$9.97 before tax.
Why?
I don't know. We got the 10-piece nugget meal one. I could have gotten a 10-piece nugget meal for cheaper.
Well, yeah, you paid for a toy.
I understand that.
An ugly as sin
I
toy.
know. They want to recapture the essence of our childhood. That's awesome. 1, make it cheaper. 2, make fucking better toys. And yes, you're right. Burger King did it right. I still have the gold Pokemon cards from back in the day. The ones that came in the metal fucking Pokeballs.
Well,
Do you remember those?
The Pokeballs weren't metal; they were just painted.
I had
But
metal ones.
Those aren't from Burger King, then.
No, they were.
No, the Burger King ones were plastic.
Because they're still in the bag.
I still have it too. The Burger King ones were plastic. The cards were metal.
Okay, you're right. There was another one though that came out with metal ones.
And they even
through
had a
Burger King.
certificate of authenticity that
Yeah.
came with them. But those you didn't get with a meal. You had to pay for those separate.
No, that's right. But I have all of them. I have all of them. Right?
I have two. I have a Mewtwo and a Charizard.
I have all of them. My favorite one is the Charizard, obviously, and then I have the Mew
Eh.
because I think it was
Don't get me wrong. Charizard's cool, but it's kind of overhyped.
true.
Mewtwo doesn't get enough love.
Um,
Which you think Mewtwo would, being a fucking legendary.
and they released. If I'm right, Burger King is the one that released the metal Dragon Ball Z action figures, right?
That I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up.
I honestly have no idea. Because, like, I remember the metal Pokemon cards. Because of course, I was little at the time, but I got really fucking pissed that my older brother, not oldest,
Yeah.
older brother,
Burger King.
got to have those and nobody else did. So that really pissed me off, and I ended up getting two of them. But that took a long time. I didn't get those at once, and I had to do a lot of extra shit around the house to get them.
Yeah, it was Burger King that released the Dragon Ball Z toys.
I don't know, but other than that, the only other memory that stuck with me about stuff like that was Cubics. It was around the No. Those were the last fucking kids meals that I ever got. Because I was just starting middle school,
Yeah.
and we got the early morning kids meals because they didn't do that for very long. But it was breakfast kids meals, and I would get a new piece of the Cubics robot
remember
every
those.
couple weeks.
I do. I remember those. See, that's like if you want to, reignite, quote unquote. Like I'm all for that.
But
I
see,
really am.
That's
Like,
the '90s kid thing, though.
Yeah.
You need to have those toys back. Like if McDonald's wanted to do it right, they would bring back things like Inspector Gadget,
Oh my God!
where you would piece together Inspector Gadget. But
Every toy
piece you
actually
got
came.
was its own individual.
It was its
toy.
own individual toy, yet you can put them together to make a full figure.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that was a huge fucking action figure.
It's one of those things. Like, I get that they're trying to reignite our childhood. Don't get me wrong. One of my most of my favorite childhood memories is just going to like Burger King or McDonald's and getting a fucking toy. I'll admit, that was joyful for me.
Yeah.
I would love to, feel a little bit of that. I mean, I guess that if that makes me sound like a millennial, then fine, so be it. I'll take that for, having that piece of life back.
I mean,
I'm almost 30 fucking years old. Of course I want that piece of my life back.
At least we're not Gen Z.
God, fucking streamer.
Hey, it's not his fault. He
I
didn't
know.
choose to be born.
Fucking, but this, it doesn't even move. And believe it or not, these toys that they have, these toys particularly, without the 4 eyeballs, the Grimace, the Birdie, the Hamburglar, all of that was dropped in the 80s.
Streamer 17.
That was dropped in the 80s, not the 90s.
Yeah. Well, no, they persisted through the 90s because they had those videos that you could get.
Not like this, though.
No, but the characters themselves persisted. Like, my parents would end up getting the entire run of the VHS collection.
Hot take,
Where-
I actually enjoyed the VHS collection.
Eh.
My favorite one is when
That's not really a hot take. They were popular for a reason.
Ronald McDonald and the crew went back in time to the medieval era, and they had to become knights, and they were getting chased by the king. I actually enjoyed that. I'd
Yeah.
watched that movie, and I watched the fuck out of Broly. Those two VHSs were played.
The only one of those McDonald's ones that I watched was the Halloween one. They were wearing costumes and shit.
No, those are the two movies I played to death. Like, those tapes don't even work anymore because I watched them so much as a kid.
Then again, that probably explains why I like horror movies so much.
That's fair. Oh, that and then the Pokemon first movie.
Yeah.
Because I had the limited edition one.
That movie didn't hit like it does when you're an adult.
No shit. But no, I had one. I had in a limited edition one. It came with an extra episode at the beginning. They tied in together, but most releases of the movie didn't come with the extended episode.
That was the one with Mohawk Kid, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then right after that, the episode would end, roll credits, and then it would open up again with the crew on the beach having a picnic before Dragonite comes in and gives them the invitation to go visit Mewtwo's palace.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Broly.
No. I was talking about Pokemon.
No. With the Pokemon movies, it's not an extra episode or anything. It's just a short. They always put a short at the beginning.
Yeah, but I know that they didn't get released in every release. I had friends that had the movie that didn't have that extra.
That's
extra
not
short.
possible because the VHS had it on it. There were no special edition VHSs at the time.
I don't know. I had that extra episode, and I knew a lot of people that
It's not
did
an extra
not.
episode. It's just a short. It's just
You know what I mean?
It's just like Pixar.
Yeah.
How they put something extra at the beginning.
But
That's all it is.
what are you talking about with the Broly? I don't remember that.
The Mohawk Kid. In the Dragon Ball Z movie.
The Mohawk Kid.
Yeah. I watched a rerun of it on Toonami, I think it was. Because I never owned the movie.
The only Mohawk Kid I remember is the quote-unquote Sand race of the planet from that they went on to fight Broly. The little green people, and all of them had Mohawks. And they called them Saiyans because that was new Vegeta.
No, but this kid, I remember him looking like a Saiyan, though. Just instead of having all the spiky hair, he only had a mohawk.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's been years. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong.
Don't know.
It's entirely possible. We're talking like 20 years ago.
I'm still surprised Vegeta has a brother. Which, funny enough, is in a non-canon
when
movie.
When
and
do we
has
learn that
become,
Vegeta has a brother?
what's it called? They're fighting what is that movie called? Fusion Reborn.
Okay.
He's a brother in that one.
Disregard the movies. Anywhere else?
See, Super. And that's
Disregard Super entirely, because Super is trash.
the manga.
I don't remember him having a brother in the
It's after the Boo. They find him after.
manga. Is it in the Dragon Ball Super manga?
No.
It's in the Dragon
There's
Ball
a bunch
Z
of
manga.
extended canon stuff that they don't really tie to anything else. It's lost to Toriyama's mind, but it's there.
See, what still bugs me is the fact that Akira Toriyama never proved in the source material the existence of female Saiyans. Functionally, they were a race entirely composed of males.
I don't remember
And
any of
then
that.
just all of a sudden, now there's female Saiyans everywhere. It's like, when did that happen?
I don't remember any of that. I remember watching Bardock and seeing female Saiyans. Granted,
I'm talking source material, dude.
that's fair.
I don't remember a single female Saiyan in the manga.
Nameks are all male races, is an all-male race. I don't remember anything in the source material saying that there was no female
That's
Saiyans.
only if you consider Namex male.
No, they're asexual.
Exactly.
But I don't remember
Like,
Saiyans
they
ever
don't
being
have
mentioned as
men
asexual.
or women, but with Saiyans, they are functionally male because they can reproduce with human women.
Then how would you get full-blooded Saiyans? Or fucking
We're talking about an alien race here. Who
green
knows
tentacle Saiyans?
We're talking about an alien race here. How you could list off the ways they could be born. They could all be test tube babies.
Which would make a lot of sense.
Yes, it would. Especially for, King Vegeta to have his son Vegeta.
Well, not just that, because even in the source material, they're all in birth pods before they even
Exactly.
hit an age.
Where the fuck did the female Saiyans come from?
Holy shit! The first female Saiyan
Doesn't
we
that
ever
just
see.
fuck with your head once you finally realize it?
But we see a female Saiyan so early on in
No, you don't.
everything. Yes.
No, you don't. You only ever see the males. Even when you go to Vegeta, you only ever see the males. There are no female Saiyans.
The
Not
only-
one on the entire planet. And now that they've got the fucking tournaments and everything, they're just everywhere. Female Saiyans are all over Dragon Ball Super with no explanation.
Yeah, and the only time a female Saiyan was ever mentioned would be Goku's mom, and that was not canon. Because it falls in a non-canon movie.
Like, I've had this argument with people before, and they told me I was fucking wrong, and I showed them proof. There is no confirmation.
Even in the new Broly movie, the only female Saiyan ever shown in the movie is Goku's mom.
Which, just like you said, not canon. That doesn't come from the manga.
No, the new Broly movie does. That's in the Super, but it's Super.
Right.
Damn.
That's extra lore that had to be written after so Funimation could still
And the
keep
only other
making money
female
off it.
Saiyans in manga, including Super, are from another universe.
Right. But they wrote female Saiyans into Universe 7.
No, there's still none in
Yes,
Universe
there are.
7. Nope, the only other female Saiyans that show up in manga and in the anime,
I saw them
That
there
is
in the
canon.
tournament.
those are from another universe.
No, they were specifically
Kefla,
from... No, not her. Not her. When
there's
they were showing the groups of people from the different universes.
Yeah,
Universe 7.
Universe 7, our universe, the Dragon Ball Z universe
yes,
that we
it
know.
had men and women.
No, there's no female Saiyans in our universe other than the uncanon and now pseudo-canon because Super Goku's mom. All other Saiyans are from other universes. There's not a single one in Universe 7
They
other
were
than
in
Pan.
the crowd.
Other than Pan, but she doesn't count because she's half.
They
no.
were in the crowd.
Then they're not Universe 7. None of them show up in the story directly. If they're not part of the story directly with Universe 7 and mentioned by name from Universe 7, they are not from Universe 7.
The fucking trailer that I was watching for Dragon Ball Super was showing the different universes and said Universe 7. And it had male and female
Then you heard it
Saiyans.
wrong. The only other female Saiyans is the sisters, and I think they're Universe 10 or 11. Because one of them is, quote-unquote, their version of that universe is Broly. Because she's
Yeah,
the legendary.
fuck off.
Yeah. And then,
Caulifla is not fucking Broly.
yeah. But she's, what I mean, like, you know what I mean. She's the legendary Super Saiyan of that universe.
Whatever.
But those are the only ones by name, and they mention what universe they're from. Other than that, no other quote-unquote female Saiyans are mentioned what universe they're from. And if they're not mentioned by name and universe, they're not from 7. And tell me why, okay? Why are we Universe 7? And why I mean we, because this is again the main universe we grow up with, the main universe we know of, right?
Hey, kid.
Why can't they take hints from fucking DC and call it Universe Prime or some shit?
Hey, kid, you know what Easter eggs are, right?
Yeah?
How many Dragon Balls are there?
Oh, that's fair. Okay, you got me there.
I
All right,
guarantee
all right.
you
I
that's
never,
why it's Universe 7.
yeah, I agree. I never thought about it though because I don't care enough about Super. Like, I try to keep it as far as like characters and stuff. I try to keep up with, just to, especially when streamer gets off on his rants, and I could put him in his place.
Well,
Other than that, I
the
just
thing is,
I don't care.
it's funny how similar it is to things like Warhammer.
That's fair as fuck. Holy shit.
I wonder if Akira Toriyama was actually like a tabletop fan
I believe it. I
and
believe
just
it.
used some Warhammer lore, because Warhammer is a lot older than fucking Dragon Ball is. I don't think people realize just how long Warhammer 40k has been around. I mean, maybe not specifically 40k, but Warhammer
Let's see
itself.
here. First Dragon Ball episode would have been 82, 83?
Hell, even Cyberpunk is older than that.
Yeah. I'm going to look it up.
Of course, I don't think I would count the Dragon Ball manga, probably Dragon Ball Z, because they don't really explore anything that goes on from either from or on Planet Vegeta in Dragon Ball. It more has to do with what's going on Earth, the Red Ribbon Army, Goku's transformation,
Yeah.
and then the Namex.
1987 is when Warhammer was released.
Was it really?
Yep.
That doesn't sound right. Hold on, I'm gonna search something specific.
I just looked up how old is
No,
Warhammer.
no, 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 no.
My phone doesn't want to load shit.
First edition of Warhammer was 1983.
1983. Okay. The first issue of Dragon Ball was created and released by Akira Toriyama in 1984. Just a year older. And Dragon Ball ran from 1984 to 1995, and from 1996 up was Dragon Ball Z.
Which was around the release of 40k.
The original version of Cyberpunk was published in 1988 by R. Talsorian Games.
Do what now? I was reading.
Cyberpunk, the original rulebook and storybook for Cyberpunk, was released in 1998. The game components of the box set consist of 44-page handbook, 38-page source book, and a 20-page combat book for pages of the game.
No, because Cyberpunk dates back to the 70s.
Publication 1988. Cyberpunk 2013 first edition. 1990 Cyberpunk 2020 2005. And Cyberpunk 2020
First,
in 19
first full version of the game, 1988.
I just said that.
That's full version. You got to remember how tabletop games work. It takes years upon years for that to happen.
Well, we're talking about release, okay? That's what we were talking about. All right, that's what I told you.
No,
When a tabletop game releases and when it starts are not the same thing.
That's
Just
fair.
look at Dungeons and Dragons.
But see, the tabletop of Cyberpunk that I know would have been Cyberpunk 2020, which follows the Johnny Silverhand
Yeah, but that's later.
story. Yeah.
I'm talking about the world
Itself.
That makes me want to go back and buy one of the, or not buy, but download the first edition, because now that's all free. You can buy the source material online, or get the source material online and just download it now.
Yeah.
But now I want to get 2013 and read its source book.
I mean, hell, if you want to think about it that way, then Exalted still hasn't been released,
True.
even though they're on 3rd edition now.
Wait, what did I miss?
Oh, they can hear the kids in the back. Oh, that's interesting. That's something I did not know, and now I feel bad for telling everybody else otherwise.
What do you mean?
Night City is not, or even part of, Los Angeles.
No.
It actually is between San Francisco and Los Angeles.
Yeah.
See, I always thought it was just like, you know, L.A. terraformed and changed throughout the years.
No.
But
Night City is its own separate thing.
it makes sense, though, it being close, because according to this map, it is closer to San Francisco, which makes a hell of a lot of sense, because in the game, where they give you more of a visualization of what Cyberpunk looks like, all the fucking hill drops in the road when you're driving through and all of a sudden, boom!
Yeah.
Makes so much sense.
Which makes driving a supercar a pain in the fucking ass because you keep crashing it.
Oops. I may have run over a few people on accident.
Speaking of cars, one of the last things I did last night before I went to sleep was I ended up getting a free car
Okay.
for doing a mission.
Which free car?
It's the VTEC Turbo. Is that
Which mission?
the vehicle delivery for Padre?
I haven't
You
done
got to
any of those.
recover somebody's car from a garage.
I haven't done any of his gigs yet.
See, now,
Is it a gig or is it a mission?
It's a gig.
Okay. Because I know, depending on what side and I found this out last night too, depending on what start you do, by the way, can change up some of your gigs. So
Oh, yeah.
I am locked out of a couple of gigs that I played through doing street as a street kid because I didn't play through that part of the story to gain that relationship with the fixer. So with the fixer, as a street kid, your fixer is Padre.
Yeah.
One of the first people you meet, one of the first people you work with. Some of his gigs are locked out
Well,
that I would have done right at the beginning of the first of Act 2.
that's where the story gets a little weird, though, and I think there's some cut content, and they had to rearrange some things, because in that intro sequence, you see V, no matter who you're starting with, working with Padre, starting
Yeah.
with the Valentinos.
Well, I think that's just part of.
But then you have to be introduced to him later.
Yeah.
So,
Because
like, that doesn't make any sense.
I remember playing through as a street kid and getting a call at the beginning of Act 2 from Padre saying, hey, I need you to break into this area, blah, 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 blah. And I ended up not doing it right away because it was too hard for me. It was actually it was considered very dangerous. I tried it a couple times, like, fuck that, I'll do it later. But I didn't get that call this time. So, and I looked around, and I've done most of his gigs already. And I have yet to find it, and it is not in the location it was last time. And I don't remember what the gig was called. I just remember you have to go break into a casino for him. Kill a bunch of, I'm going to say Asian folks, because I don't remember what gang they're from.
Tiger Claws.
Yeah, Tiger Claws.
Okay, so looking at it now, I can confirm it. This was V's car from the original trailer. That wasn't in the game originally. Because I remember doing this mission, delivering that car. It was one of the few things that I actually did without getting caught.
I got that car from my first playthrough. And that was release version.
I didn't. But this time I was able to deliver the car, and the dude ended up texting me a while later.
When I got it, it was from, oh, what's his name? The mechanic that you meet through Pan Am. That's how I got it. Was through a gig with him.
It's not a Nomad car.
I know. But that's how I got it. It was one of the cars he was when I first played through the game. Now, mind you, when I first played through the game, my first playthrough was a street kid.
No, because you'll end up getting Scorpion's bike. Mitch.
Right. No, I'm not.
you end
Not,
up- no,
not
no,
Scorpion.
you
It's a
get-
different guy.
You
It's
get
not even.
Scorpion's bike. You get Mitch's.
He's not a Nomad,
sniper
though.
rifle.
It was. He wasn't a no. It was. I don't remember his name, but I remember meeting him through Pan Am. You can go to his garage and talk to him, and he has a gig for you to get this car that somebody stole from him. Now it could be changed from them, but this is how I remember it, and that was the car, and he ends up giving it to you. Now it could be changed because there's a lot of things that I've noticed in this playthrough. Because mind you, I haven't played since
Release.
since release.
Yeah, same.
And there's a shit ton of gigs that I remember being one way, and they're not that way anymore. Now, I don't know if that's because I'm playing as a nomad and not a street kid, and that's, again, where I paid the most attention was during my street kid playthrough. So I don't know if it's because of that, or it's just they changed a shit ton of stuff throughout the other updates.
Also, by the way, I found a glitch.
Of course you did.
So, I got this car, and then I was just driving it around. I didn't really have anywhere to go. I was just driving, seeing how fast it could go, seeing how it turns, how it handles. And I ended up on the dam where El Capitan was.
Mm-hmm.
And I got out and I talked to him because I remembered I never went through the dialogue options with him. I just only ever had that conversation on the phone.
Right.
So I hopped out of the car and I went through the little blue text. And then I was going back to the car and I accidentally hit right on the D-pad, which summons your car.
Yeah.
It summoned the car, even though it was right next to the car. And now I have two.
See, I've done
Now,
that.
obviously you can't drive two, so I'm pretty sure whichever one you drive, the other one's going to despawn.
And I'll
but-
show you this later. During the Delamain quest, so there's a random call that you get to go out to a crime. By the time you get there, there's only a couple bad guys there, like 3 or 4 bad guys there. You kill them, and then it just tells you to get in the car. And it's like this fucking half truck thing. I don't remember what it's called. And that's it. That's all the fucking side quest is. Yeah, it's weird, and I don't remember it being there the first playthrough, but I remember having this vehicle the first playthrough. And I could have sworn there was more to it. So I got it. I've been driving around for a while because it's pretty beefy. It handles really well and it's pretty fast. Well, I was doing the Delamain quest and I drive up to the one in the junkyard. Exit my vehicle, get to Delamain, talk to him, and then that was the last one I had to do. So I just went ahead and went the opposite direction to the fast travel point. That's right there on the road. My car's south of there. Fast traveled over, and I've been playing now for a couple hours, maybe 5 or 6 hours in game. I've summoned other cars since then. The car icon is still over there for the other vehicle. So I was like, fuck it, I'll summon it. Summoned it. Got in it. The icon's still over there. So I drove over there, and it's still sitting there.
Honestly, though, just to keep it from having extra bugs, because I don't know what this could break, I'll probably blow one of them up.
Fair. I don't know. I've seen some.
As cool as it is to have two of these fucking things, I can only drive one.
I know, so there's no point in having two.
Although, that's not going to stop me from getting both of the Rayfields.
Fair. That's fair. 'Cause they both look pretty sweet. I think one of my favorite things to do is, and I did this off screen. I seen it on TikTok. Somebody summoned all the vehicles on top of each other.
But why?
'Cause why not? See what had happened, and they did. They stacked right on top of each other, clipped through each other, and he's like, "I'm gonna get in." Like it's shaking. Like all the models are shaking. Once he went to go get in one, and all of a sudden, boom! It flew up in the fucking sky.
Just why? Like, don't get me wrong. I learned how to fly in Cyberpunk 2077. It doesn't end well.
I think the only thing that makes me mad about this game. Now we've had several updates. The newest one, Edge Runner. We've got a DLC coming out, so I have high hopes for that, and high hopes that something will come out that I've been asking for since the drop of this game.
We're getting it's an actual expansion to Night City.
Yeah,
A whole new district.
yeah. I'm hoping
I'm fucking stoked.
I'm hoping we finally get our flying cars.
Not likely.
We see them all over. There's a whole ass fucking mission where you don't drive in one, but you sit in one and talk to somebody.
There are multiple missions where you get in an AV.
Yeah. I just want one. Okay? I don't want to have to build up my
That
PC.
breaks the game too much.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
It's a vehicle that you can like not you personally, because it stops you from doing that, but you see them all over the place. It's a part of the environment. Everybody else can fly one. Why work my ass off for all these eddies and not get one myself?
What do you mean everyone else can fly one? It's only corpos that can fly one.
I don't give a fuck.
You're either a corpo or you're the best fixer in town.
All right.
That's how you get access to an AV.
Look, man. All I'm saying is if I have millions of eddies just sitting in my pocket, I want to spend them on a goddamn flying Bugatti, okay?
I don't give a shit about Bugatti.
Hell, even in
Plus,
the trailer,
we've got
they show V flying one in the trailer, okay? Let me have a
sitting in
goddamn-
one, not flying one. There's
let me
difference.
have a
There's a very
goddamn
important distinction there. One of them, he's being ferried to another location.
I want a goddamn flying Bugatti, okay?
No,
That's all I want.
because you have to think about it this way.
We need to
The
wrap this up. I gotta
expansion-
go pick up my kids.
Okay, the expansion to the game is just adding a new part to the city, right?
New story, everything else.
That's not my point.
I
My point
wonder-
is, this is another part of the city that you can access. If by going there early in Act 2, you could notice something is available, you could break travel for the rest of the fucking game.
True.
It's a balancing act. You can't do something like that, especially not now. That's why when it comes to a game like Final Fantasy 15,
Well,
when you've got
even-
the flying version of the Regalia, you don't get that until the end of the game.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if they, I mean, an easy way to balance is it and make it to where the only way you can get it is by purchasing it. You can't steal it from anybody. They don't particularly land, you know.
There's too many ways for people to get eddies. Whether by mods or duplication.
That's the thing. Make sure it's not purchasable until Act 2. Until you get out of Watson. Hell, there's a lot of vehicles in the game
way
that
the
you can't
game's
purchase
coded-
until you get out of Watson.
The way the game's coded, they can't really work it that way. Think back to Act 1. You've got that option to pay Vic for the implants or not pay Vic. Well, you're not supposed to be able to have enough money to pay Vic at the time,
True.
which is why you get the dialogue later. But if you glitch it and you start duplicating things and making more money, you can actually pay Vic.
That's fair. I just grinded the fuck, by the way. I did that early, but I didn't do it by exploiting or duplicating. I just killed everything and just farmed eddies. That's legit how I did it. Between quests.
The thing there is, early game, it's not really worth it to sell things that you get to get money, and you're not going to get enough money by killing people. You're better off scrapping everything you're not going to use just to get the components for later on.
Yeah. I mean, and at this point, I don't even need to scrap anything because I've got the perk to auto scraps junk.
Yeah, but that doesn't give you like epic or legendary
True.
crafting components.
Well, a lot of the junk that you pick up anyway doesn't.
None of the junk you can pick up will.
Yeah. So, as far as like standard stuff, I don't. I scrap it anyway, and then anything that's blue or higher, I scrap. I sell anything green and gray. So. Then again, that's always how I've played games like this.
Well, I never spend that perk point. I always use it for something else.
Fair. I did because I was tired of picking up junk and having to sell it later. I mean, you only get like 1 or 2 eddies out of it anyway.
Or you could just push the button to disassemble. Scrap the thing on your own.
Yeah. No, I don't have to. I don't have to take that
I
time.
mean-
All the shit that I
yeah,
pick.
but
I pick up everything.
But considering what you can do with an extra perk point, it might be worth it.
Too late now.
No,
I'm
you
not
can-
restarting anytime
You can
soon.
respec. It's
I've
not,
thought about that several
it's not
times.
free the first time anymore, but you can respec.
I thought about doing that. Honestly, I have. Because there's a lot of things where I kind of just want to put them in different places that I should have earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But when I start thinking about it, I'm like, man, I could actually take this area somewhere. Or I could take this, what I've already built, and take it to new heights. And I think, okay, well, this would actually be better if I do this. Or I should just keep the points, build it up, and I can even be better here.
Mm.
And then I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, depending on what you
But I
end up doing.
really want this cyber component, but I can't have it unless I put the points here.
Right. Not respecking is worth it depending on what you're gonna end up doing late
Yeah.
game.
Like, with
'Cause-
this character, I really
'Cause
want a
you can-
Sandy.
You can have your points just distributed in a good enough spot to where you can get more perk
Yeah.
points, and then respec it, keep all those perk points, and redistribute them however you
Right.
want it after that.
I'm one of those people. I've enjoyed the anime so much. I really want a Sandevastan. I do.
Yeah.
I want to see what it's like in game because it's been in game since launch, and I never had one.
Well, then use my grinding method with all the points in tech ability.
Well, see, there's the thing. I can purchase one now, and I can equip it. I'm already there.
Well, no. Just to get the full effect out of it, if
Yeah.
you use my method and max out engineering all the way to 20, and then respec it with all those extra perk points, you can get all the benefits of the Sandevastan.
True. Because the build that I have found, is 3-second cooldown. It's got a 45-second usage. Thing is a bit OP. On top of the crit chance.
That's not maxed.
No, it's not. No.
No, the maxed has a 2-second cooldown.
Mm-hmm. But see, that's for the Mark III.
Fucking broken.
Yeah. 2-second cooldown, 45-second usage,
Although
30% crit chance.
I will say I do appreciate one change that they made. You can now buy any implants or mods. I guess mods anyway. But you can buy any implants that you want as long as you have the specs for it, even if your levels aren't high enough.
Yeah.
So like if you don't have a certain amount of street cred, or you don't have a level requirement,
Yeah.
as long as your stat requirement is there, you can buy whatever that is,
Mm-hmm.
and then just have it installed later on.
Yeah. Like, I currently have 4 Sandevastans that I have picked up just by playing.
Mm.
Randomly. Just random pickups, random drops, because all that's RNG. Except for, like, there's one in the son's house in his mansion. It's always there. Now, the rarity of it's RNG, but it's always there.
Well, you can always get the best one at like 3 different Ripper docks.
No, the current quote-unquote best one you can only find at Fingers, and it's the Mark IV. However, I've been reading stuff that's saying that Mark
People are getting the
III
2-second cooldown with the Mark III.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Well, see, that's what I was going to say. People are saying that Mark III is even better
Which,
than Mark
by the
IV,
way,
which
if
is
you want to
weird.
get all the shit at Fingers, just get up a ton of money. Don't do Judy's side quests, or I guess Judy's main missions or whatever, where you follow that storyline.
Yeah.
And go to Jig Jig Street, buy out his entire stock, and then do the storyline.
So just buy up Finger stock
Mm-hmm.
and then go
Buy
to the-
literally everything,
Fair.
and then you have access to all of it.
True. And just go to another Ripper dock to have it installed.
Yep, that's what I do. Then you can punch the shit out of him and not feel bad about it.
Fair. All right, everybody. Well, that's it for tonight. Today, I guess
Tonight?
it's evening
No,
now.
it's not.
It's ish.
It's not 5. We're not even in the prime time yet. But, speaking of prime time, that's something I wanted to ask you. Because we talked about doing Bleach reviews every week,
Mhm.
either at the start or end of each show.
Okay.
With it coming out on Mondays, how do you want to do this? Because that's most likely a prime time show. Meaning next week, it'll air after us and the following week it will continue to do so. So do we want to? Because my point is, we'll be a week behind.
True.
A full
Well,
week.
we usually are anyway.
Yeah. So like treat it as no holes barred, spoilers don't
Well,
matter type of deal.
Yeah,
or-
I think we should do that. Spoilers don't matter. Leave a review as the review. And at the same time, I think with being a week behind is a good thing because that'll, since it airs after we do, kind of give people caught up on the last episode anyway.
Mhm.
So that way they can watch the next one. And the
Okay.
people that missed the last one, or just kind of a weekly reminder
Right.
each week of what happened in the episode the week previous.
I'll be honest though, this will be the first anime in about 6 years that I've actually watched week to week. I've binged everything else. Like I'm used to waiting until a season is over and then watching till I can't watch anymore. Which I'm currently doing with My Hero Academia, which just started on Saturday. But with the storyline they're going through right now, that's one you wouldn't need to binge. You won't want to wait week to week. It's the story they've been building up to this entire time.
We're right out to Grim Trip. Because that's it for today. I gotta go get my kids from school.
Yep, I gotta get back to Wichita.
I gotta poop too. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Metaphysical's coming out with a new flavor. I'm honestly not too excited about it because it just doesn't sound like my cup of tea.
What flavor is it?
It's tea flavored.
What kind of tea?
The tea that I'm not interested in.
Well, that's all tea. That's not fair.
I like tea. I drink tea.
Okay, so what kind of tea is this?
I don't fucking remember.
Damn it, kid. You're supposed to know these things.
See if I can pull it up before the raid starts. If not, go to Metaphysical Discord, look it up.
The metaphysical.
Damn it, kid.
Yeah, see, I know, right? Right?
Iced tea. Pomegranate.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not excited for it.
Eh.
Pomegranate iced
I think
tea.
I've had 2 drinks that were okay with pomegranate.
I don't like pomegranate.
I didn't say they were fantastic. I said they were okay.
Don't like pomegranate
Like
at all.
they were drinkable.
No. Oh, goodbye.
Wait, the raid didn't start here.
Oh, did it expire?
Yeah, I think the raid expired.
Oh, shit.
One more again. One more again.
Oh no, did everybody leave? God damn it, why'd you say goodbye?
I don't know.
Now we're raiding with 1 viewer.
We have 5 viewers.
Look, raiding with 1 viewer. You said goodbye, everybody clicked off.
You suck.
Everybody join the raid! Well, then we won't raid.
I'm not raiding with 1 viewer.
No, I'm not going to raid with 1 viewer. All right. Well, we'll just end the episode. That's fine.
Alright, well,
For the VOD.
bye everybody. Don't forget to check out our channels and our socials. Everything should be in the description on YouTube when this finally gets to YouTube. And until next time.